looking forward to. It probably will be a bit tiring, especially if you're A7, but I'm pretty sure they came in prepared.
Yeah, we're starting with a banger here. A7 versus Team Mongols. Mongols obviously gonna get that win streak early on. A7, it's a time for Nats, best player, all the boys to prove that they can actually go toe-to-toe with one of the best in wildcard.
And with that being said, we also have to see what kind of drafts they'll be really working with, because Hirara is one of those heroes you feel like you don't want to ban out, because now, especially in the EXP, there's just so many options that can really disrupt your draft. We even saw teams like KOG banning out 5 EXP laners, like trying to make sure that 33 has a good time. But that's one of the good things about EXP right now. There's a lot, right? There's damagers, there's divers, there's tanks. Against Nats, is it worth it to ban? I think yes.
Straight up, yes.
Ben Paquito.
That's an MSC winner right there.
Ben Freya. I still think Freya is the biggest monster, but yeah, Ben Paquito, Ben Freya, and maybe even consider the Arlet or Benedetta.
It really feels like it's his meta, right? Nats coming back into MSC with the meta being so dynamic in the XP lane. It's great for him. Heck, even the Yu Zongs.
Yes.
These are the heroes that you really think about of Nats when you just mentioned those heroes. So I think that's going to be great. I think A7 really needs to step up in that department. Sir Rose, he's going to have to think about, all right, how do I give the right components to the right players here and just play weak side on some of the others.
I agree, because Nats is like the type of player who does play explosive at times, but it's not a miscalculated type of.
Right, and again, right now S tier is Akai. A lot of players are more afraid of the box, which is understandable. But bro, I think Akai is a little bit too much. So we also have to see whether best player 1 he has fully adapted into this new tank. Well, not new, but you know.
Yeah.
After like what 1 year plus of assassin metas, we'll see whether he does with the tanks.
So is it likely a Hirara versus
Asuyo
utility happening here?
Oh, okay, maybe. I think so. For Mongols, for sure, they're going to try to go and prioritize those carry picks. It's always been Zixora on the carry picks. Yisun, Shin, the Hirara, whatever it is, he needs to be on damage. For best player, you've got many different options here to go for gold and XP.
Yeah. In terms of gold, I really feel like I haven't seen anything other than Claude and Harm that worked really well. Oh yeah, Moskov. You know what?
Pretty good.
But Moskov is what's the player name again? Yuki. Yuki is amazing, man. Like those are the kind of players that you will get an email to be like, are you willing to relocate?
Yeah, his performance yesterday, I think that was one of the standouts, apart from because we were expecting more of the Claudes and the Harrods maybe, and Moskov was one of the only other picks we saw aside from the Bruno from Muy Minette, I guess.
Yep. It's a Muy pick.
Yeah, they did try to play for him there. We will be seeing him later, and he was deathless for a time, but it does really seem to be a struggle to just play any other gold laner in this current meta where the XP lane is just so flexible out
So now
there.
I want to talk about Mongols, right? We talked a bit about Alpha 7. One thing that I kind of don't like about the Mongols is that they really like to draft skill-based heroes for the mid as well as the gold lane. Sometimes it does work out, but I feel like it's not super consistent, because especially when they don't have a jungler like Yisun Shin that has consistent damage output, I really am worried by Turtle 3. All the skills have been used and used incorrectly, and then you just have nothing else left in the tank to continue to see whether they have fixed or they're just going to stick by it against Alpha 7.
I think it's a double-edged sword, really, when you're talking about Mongols, right? Because, yes, it kind of limits their playstyle, having these very difficult-to-execute heroes, very high skill ceiling heroes, but it's also their main strength as a team, right? Yeah. How they were able to get wins yesterday was through those individual skills just popping off. And, yeah, we did get a few jitters. That's why LaFell mentioned game number 1 against Foot. It was very tough. When you still are nervous on stage, you have
the Granger and the Gore.
The Grok as well.
Yeah, the Grok. Yeah.
So a couple of misses here and there, but as they get going, it's kind of just a Mongolian style. They download their opponents. They like it when they're warmed up. So maybe game 1, they actually might underperform, but expect them to go for some of those picks and make it work later on in the day.
Yeah, or hopefully not, because they've already did yesterday, and it just carries over
Could
today.
be.
Could be. Because it's, I agree, they've been very decisive. They've committed to like these certain play styles, these picks, and they just tried again. It was indeed probably jitters that we just saw from them in the beginning. And so today we are officially jumping into the draft to see what are they going to stick with up against A7.
Yeah. It popped up earlier, but I believe A7 will be the first pick and the Mongols will be the second pick here.
Flying Clouds.
Flying Clouds, oh, you can see that. Ooh.
Yeah.
Break, 2020 vision.
Yeah, you gotta zoom it in. Flying Clouds.
What do you mean? It's right in front of us.
Yeah.
Wait, what's that? What's that?
Okay, so they bet. Okay, so
Baksha, Phoveus.
Baksha, Phoveus.
Atlas?
It's Marcel.
Marcel banned out by the Mongols. So now the second ban coming in from the Mongols here. Again, I'm looking forward to see a Paquito or a Freya ban.
No
it should be
bans.
a Freya. It should be a Freya. Right? Especially because right now it does seem like Alpha 7, they're just trying to open up the draft by banning out the Phoveus as well as the Baxia.
Oh, they banned the Paquito first.
Fair.
Okay.
As long as eventually Freya gets banned, I'm okay with it.
Okay, we won't see the Hirara, I guess.
Hey,
A7
respect.
did their homework. They're just making sure that they don't get their hands on that comfort pick. Because I believe Zixora yesterday also took the title of standout player or star player just because of that Hirara performance that he delivered yesterday.
Yeah, player of the day. And I also feel like Alpha 7, considering this is their first game, they don't want to take unnecessary risk.
That's true. Just the best of one.
Makes a lot of sense.
Oh, wait. So the Freya is open.
Valentina ban. Oh, look at Summer. Oh,
yeah. Summer's feeling confident, you know? He facepalmed yesterday for no particular reason. The Arlet is first pick for A7.
Okay, that's okay.
Yuzong's still up for grabs, and you go for the Arlet here. It could just be countered straight up. Maybe even red 3 if they want to postpone it a bit.
And the thing is, there's a lot of counters left. It's not just the Yuzong. Even the Alice will make Arlet's life just a bit difficult in the laning phase. So now the Akai is still there. The Fredrin is still there. Maybe that's why Alpha 7 just pick it up first, because they know no matter what, they will have an activator for this Arlet.
And there you go.
Yeah, though the Gord is still there.
It just fits so well for the Akai to get picked up right now.
I agree. I thought they would deny the Akai, honestly.
Alpha 7 pick up the Akai straight up. Makes a lot of sense with the Yve as well. They got that mid-prio down, and it's great, right? Right now, Mongols, do they go for a jungler, something like a Yi Sun Shin that we've seen on Zixora, or do they just go for the traditional pick to deal with the Yve, which is the Claude in the gold lane?
Yeah. The thing is, the Claude has to be careful of the Arlet as well, because you
can get cancelled.
Exactly.
There's a Freya still.
Oh, yeah.
Too, though.
I would be so upset if no one picks up the Freya.
We might not see a Freya, folks.
No, come on, man. It has to be a Freya.
How comfortable is Zia playing Freya? You know, a lot of times, A7, in their own league, in the grand finals, there were a couple of comebacks, right? And it came through late game heroes, it came through miscalculations, it will be the Eastern Shin. And speaking of those two things, miscalculations, misplays towards the late game, Mongols are clean in the late game. They're good at scaling with the Eastern Shin as well from Zixora yesterday against VSG.
Yeah, at this point, when they do have that Yi Sun Shin, it does make it a bit possible, or I would say relieve some stress a bit from the gold lane to be like, you are going to be the carry, but you don't have to be the only carry, right? Even if there is some losing trades, it's not that bad.
It's going to be tough now. You really saved your EXP matchup for second phase 2, so A7 might just take out those picks that'll make things a bit more difficult for the R-Lot altogether.
I kind of feel like Mongols has to respect a possible Khalid coming in. Yeah.
Nice Mathilda ban. I like that. The Yuzong gets taken out as expected. I think the last ban for A7 should be the Claude, and Mongols. Mid-prio seems to be a very important thing. Maybe they go for the Cho ban. We know Shark has played a few Cho games. Pretty good against the Atlas.
How do you feel about Cho, Brigitte? You like it?
Yeah, you played Cho earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hit 50% win rate today.
You don't have to say that.
Oh.
You could have just say your win rate increase.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to say by how much.
You beat an Atlas.
It's okay. They don't know how much matches I have with them.
Ah.
Yeah, but it's true. I think in terms of targeting, the Yi Sun Shin will be one of their biggest advantages, though. But Now with that ban. So the phrase
Good.
Yeah,
at
with
least
Lee
it's
Sin
banned.
Shin. With Lee Sin Shin in the jungle.
Yeah, at least it's banned out.
Makes a lot of sense.
So right now, I think picking up the gold lane would be the wise choice, like a Claude.
Oh.
I mean, like I said, Alice does well against the Arlet, and in a way does well against the Eve as well as the Akai. So it's an okay pick. It's a good pick.
With this front to back for Alpha 7, knowing that there's an Alice, some tanky boys as well, do you just want to go for the carry?
Yep, carry.
Because it's a good matchup against the Claude too, right?
Yeah.
The Mongols, it really looks like they're thinking about it. Maybe if the carry doesn't show up, then they go for the Claude. The Belleric comes around, and it makes a lot of sense. It's just a box, so I'm not against the carry at all.
I like it. Everyone, Dusin, Alice, Atlas. Now that there's a Belleric,
they
might
snatch it
think
away.
twice. Still pick up the Claude though.
I like that too.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be okay, especially with the Belleric on their side. So it's just gonna be an easy response for them every single time they want to go for the counter engage. Now it's K. What is left?
There's a few, you know. Harv is there, Claude is there, Moskov.
You're
I don't know if I want to go Harv against an guy.
Yeah, I'm just listing the hero, okay? You don't have to be this way with me, okay?
I don't think I want to see a Harv against an Akai, bro.
This is our first game, and you want to throw shade to me?
I don't think I want to see a Harv.
I'm listing the heroes to show my
He's just listing
massive
the heroes.
memory.
Yeah.
And this is what you do to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Say no.
We.
Wait, so like, what's else? The Obsidia?
Guess
But
the
then-
Moskov is also an option, yeah.
I would say Moskov is safe.
Oh. The Obsidian is great against the Arlet, but with the Purifies on the Claude and the range of that Eve, I guess...
Don't think about it that way.
Don't think about it that way.
Just hit your abilities.
Okay.
Avoid their abilities, and then you'll win, right? With that being said, this is the draft coming in from Alpha 7 as well as the Mongols. This is the first game for Alpha 7. So with that, Mirko as well as Brigida, make sure you guys do a good job for this game, even though it's a bit difficult, you know?
Thank you so much, LaFell. We are all hyped up and excited to witness the first game in the second day of the wild cards here at MSC 2026. Team Zone, they did come and shake off whatever jitters they had yesterday, but A7, this is the first time we will be seeing them play today. Mirko, that was a last pick, Obsidia. You still feel 50-50 about it now?
I'm not a fan of Obsidia, man. I think it's good only if certain situations come about. So if they're able to just snowball out of control, it'll be great. Thing is, though, it really seems like A7 have gotten the better composition to get that early snowball through neutral objectives.
Yeah, but it's an Akai all over again together with the Belleric. I think the Belleric has been making a statement ever since day number 1 of the wild card. These roamers that we're seeing, they're just really going head to head, okay? This is Ox, by the way, yesterday, I think he's had also quite a difficult time trying to go up against pick-off lineups, but this time it's a bit different. Xora is here?
Sneaky Xora. They got the mid-prio, but hold on. Best player 1's going to actually find out about it. Can he go for the red tree in time? Xora with the red tree steals it away. Grand Theft Orange.
We saw this yesterday. But it was the Akai doing it on the opposite side of the map. Now it's Xora immediately resuming back to his purple buff as well. None of the members from A7 notice it. They did such a great job at making sure their attention was just caught.
Yeah, I think it's mainly because Cold World wasn't level 2 with the first wave. He flickers out of the perfect match. Best player 1 poked down by Xora and Makey, putting the damage down again. And Nats is just not having fun against Mumu in this lane.
Okay, that's a first pick, Arlot. Just gotta remind you guys. But they're going up top.
Yep. He's gonna have to play safe. Best player 1 gonna be caught. Traceless forward. Xora gonna go for the kill. First blood to Xora and a flicker out from Shark.
Mongols were so prepared to deal with that. A7, they definitely just wanted to take away that
freeze.
orange buff as well. Just to catch up in terms of EXP, because best player 1, he got his own orange buff stolen away from him. But Mongols already saw it coming. Now Mongols, they got 2 orange buffs in as early as the 2 minutes in this game, and now they're rotating down bottom. Nats, this is not what we expected to see.
Yeah, definitely not. It really comes down to the combo now for A7. If they can get the combo going, it's going to be great. Great taunt onto Makey. Crimson Beacon coming down as best player 1 goes over. RWM Nats with the Final slash picks him up. Coldworld picks up the kill. Best player one spins around McKay. Takes him down to see it. Goes for the blazing duet. Stunned up in the back. He's going to go for more damage there. Good throw to ruin. But Coldworld gets a double. And it's still a turtle over to the Mongols. K trying to sidestep, but it's Coldworld with a big triple.
Our mid laners have been getting triple kills and savages so far here in the wild cards. And that definitely looked like A7 finally clapping back. They were able to deal with the members of Mongols one step at a time.
Ox.
And with... Okay, hold on.
Oh, Fatal Links is back up just on time. Coldworld! No flicker, still on cooldown, but boom. Roots. Makey, Ox cannot deal with it. They're going to have to just respect it. Shark, though, he might actually get taken out. Good shot from Zixora. Traces forward. Shark gets a bit more HP. But it is inevitable. Zixora with his second kill of the game.
Still took quite some time though. That's the Balearic for you. Zixora did have to help them, but going back, Zixora. What are we supposed to even call this kind of jungling pattern, you know?
Dude, Zixora is one of those guys who just has a very impressive... Oh, he's gonna go bot. Wait a second. Mountain Shocker lands. That's with the final slash. Not enough to keep him alive. The pathing from Zixora is immaculate.
Agree. This is something that A7 could barely deal with. Like, their players or their heroes aren't exactly the proactive type, maybe apart from the Arlott at this point of the game. Best player one could just watch.
These are the type of mechanics you would expect from a guy who misses handshakes.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe it's also because of that. It's exactly because of that, you know? Like, he just had to avenge himself through this rotation, which I don't know what we should be calling it, because so far he's been consistent in terms of just going back to his jungle and stealing away the orange cap.
It's the anti-handshake rotation.
Anti-handshake.
He wants to avoid the panda at all costs by stealing his camps. The Dragon Warrior yesterday was the one stealing camps. He's honorable today.
The Dragon Warrior, which he couldn't spell
without an S.
Without an S.
Without an S.
Without an S. No. I don't know how many times I heard that statement yesterday, but we're going to see the next turtle come up!
Fatal Links flicker! Oh, there you go, though. The Akai, the heavy spin, and Ox gets away with the perfect match. Nats tried to get a final slash in, and now it's a big flicker burnt out. With no heavy spin, they're going to go for a bit of damage on Mumu, but it's just such a tanky Alice to deal with.
Yep. Mumu's trying his best to zone. Nats too, looking for the targets. Ox is low.
Uh-oh, final slash lands on Mumu in the back. Oh, it's just a full chain CC, but with the Wrath of the Dryad, it's not enough. Mumu gets a double. Gets in the midst of it all. Makey with the Crimson Beacon picks Coldworld up, throws him back onto Mumu. Onto Zixora as well. It's a triple. Oh, Sokolino gets away just in time with a BMI.
It looked as if Ox definitely would have been that one crucial pickoff in that fight, but just as Naths used his final slash, he casted his Fatal Links. So it didn't matter at all. Let's take a look at that instant replay where clearly they were just trying to find the right and the best targets possible, but it was after this moment that Zixora and the rest of the members of Team Mongols just literally outplayed A7. A7 have not been successful in looking for whatever plays they wanted. It's as if, yes, these crucial ultimates are always baited out just in time before the major fight breaks out, such as the heavy spin.
Oh, we see more of that grok from yesterday. Ox thrown back into everybody. Free resets for Nats. But luckily, Ox got no bounty.
Okay, that's gonna be okay this time around, but the damage from Zixora is no joke. He's actually so farmed up. He's already level 10, whereas best player 1's just 8.
Yeah. They're putting all their effort to defend this bottom turret, but Mongols, they're just so proactive around the map. Zixora, oh my god. It's a 3-level lead and an endless battle at 6 minutes.
Oh, that's tough. Just look at that.
Yeah, 2,000 is kind of crazy for the gold. I mean, for the jungle's gold.
You would expect the Akai to have the better time. He just has that heavy spin to deal with every single objective take, but even before you get there, he's used it already. I don't know if it's just such a reactive use of the heavy spin, because I feel like some of it were very unnecessary. A7 have to be a bit more coordinated. They're not layering their skills well enough in terms of this composition.
Yeah, so the conditions are met for the Yi Sun Shin and the Obsidia, right? If you want to win the game, you control from the start of the game. or you scale up later on. A7, despite their composition, have not been able to get a single neutral objective. All the turtles have gone to Mongols.
It's the major...
Toy? Flicker Fatal Ace into the Mountain Shocker of Zexora. Yo, Mongols!
Hey.
Well played.
Yeah, it's as if Nath 2 has been one of the bigger targets from the start. Like Zexora, it's not like he just really went head-to-head with Best Player 1. He did it in terms of that rotation. And Mongols, the other members, just made sure that Nath didn't have a great time. Oh no, Zia!
Bro. Heavy spin to keep him at bay. Makey cuts him out with a sandwich. They're going to go for a Purify out as well. Almost a fadeaway kill, but now he gets covered to RBM, and the team might actually fall here. Throwing a ruin in the blink forward. Mumu gets away. Zexora gets an unstoppable. Under turret, they're going to go for the outplay. Ox with a jump. Whole World gets the shutdown in the end, but it's still a massive win for the Mongols.
I thought that Wrath of Dryad would have been that moment for A7. That was such a great play, but that last-minute Throne of Ruin changed the course of the entire team fight as well. It's clear that A7 have not enough damage to go up against the Mongols just yet. They will have to take their time, because I believe we're looking at an almost 9K gold lead already in the hands. Or 8. Okay, I was trying to compute it from here. So that's when you know I am not good at math.
You don't need to calculate. It does it for you. That's the thing, right?
I learned my lesson.
You learned your lesson. It's okay. It's okay, you know? Equipment.
Okay. Why did you make me...
Warax and the tough boots already. He's okay. No, Best Player 1 is just not gonna have a good time here. The Dragon Warrior. You can spell the Dragon Warrior with this one with an S here. Oh my God, these Nats as well.
Oh, see, you know how the Obsidian can actually use Hunt of Bone.
Yep.
To the Akai.
I mean, when you have an 8,000 gold lead, right? It just works.
It does actually. I agree. It's not a. Okay, I guess this is one of those game 1 things where you don't really get to see what you expect of.
Staff.
The Mongols are very much familiar with that.
Yo!
Wait, what?
Yo, where'd the turret go? Okay, turret's still alive. It's barely alive, though. This is a disaster for A7, dude. Their first game. They're gonna have to warm up real quick.
And they have 3 more. They have 3 more after this.
Hey, you did the maths right there.
Yeah! Because they're smaller. There's a smaller sample size, you know. How could I not get that right? That would be too embarrassing for me.
And some people don't get that right.
Free Lord.
Free Lord. It's just so well played by Mongols. And this is the point that LaFell was bringing up, right? Like, high skill ceiling heroes, it don't matter because Mongols know how to pull it off when they're warmed up. And it seems like you're right as well about them only needing that one game against Foot Esports yesterday to warm up.
Yeah. It's hopefully something we get to see from A7 later too, because we've had really high expectations for this team as well. The amount of international experience, having an MLC champion in your lineup, every single member together already somehow making a name for themselves in their past appearances. But now it's the Mongols who, just the same, have such great drive to just put Mongolian MlBB on the map, and they've been doing a great job alongside the Huns to do just that. And they're on the verge of potentially taking down everything that's left from A7 in this game. Just look at how K has been shredding these turrets with barely minimal effort.
Yep. Just that click of that tower lock button, and it's gone in the bottom lane with 2 marksmen. Siege has just become so easy, and despite them having the Yeve, they're just not able to throw the ruin. Oh, Mumu gets 3 in the bag, even with every spin. A Fatal Links comes through to bring them right back into the action. Team Mongols are just better. It's a wipeout to end match number 1 of day 2.
Match 1, day 2 ends in less than 12 minutes. A statement from Team Mongols showing that they've indeed carried over all that momentum they've secured in day number 1. And LaFell, I didn't get to ask you your thoughts if this would be a 10-minute game or a 20-minute game, but was this what you expected?
I expected it to be faster, actually.
Oh?
Yeah, I thought it would be ending by 11, because I don't know, man, you just gotta move away, because here's the thing. Alice, if the Alice as well as the Arlet player have roughly the same level of strength in terms of the mechanics, Alice is just unfair for the Arlet to play against, just because she has the kit to have continuous damage, and the Arlet cannot escape without those minions. So once the minions are out, he's just gonna take free damage. And again, this might just be a warm-up game for Alpha 7, because again, it is the first game. And let's talk about all the growing pains here. Best player one on the Akai, he's not there yet. That's number one. Number two, the mid duo wasn't able to protect their own jungle, right? They didn't have positions to scout where Yusunshin was going, right? Zixora got free camps, and by the time they knew about it, it's way too late. So far here in the wildcards, one thing is consistent, right? In terms of all the objectives, the most important one is your opponent's jungle.
Yeah. It feels so sad to think too that the Arlot felt like it was just really punished.
Super punished.
That first pick Arlot, to be exact, because it's not just the Arlot pick; it's the fact that they prioritized.
Only Vinuya can do that, actually.
You know him?
I do.
He does that, but people don't complain.
Yeah, it's weird, man. It's like he got a buff or something. Anyways, though, it really just feels like, for me, after losing your orange buff and still getting 4 for the turtle, it should still be the same win condition. You play around the neutral objective, but instead they try to look for brawls across the map to turn the lead around. And at that point, it's kind of just you having to understand your composition. If you have a composition that can still win around neutral objectives, you should still play around it instead of looking for those trades and brawls to come back.
Yeah.
And again, part of the problem that I don't like, they actually could have gotten more kills if best player one didn't push them away.
Yeah, it's been a lot of like. It also should be used with the Arlet, right? It seems like best player is just doing his own thing, and then Nats on the other side dies. Dies Nats.
Because it's like two things. It's like two things that were a bit questionable in this game. It's the fact that, one, they did decide to fight through team fights, even though they were that much behind, and the fact that they played out all these team fights as if they were just in the same level in terms of gold. Like, the way that they've played it was just as aggressive as you would expect if you're at the same level, but they're not.
Again, that's why I kind of feel like I can say this might be a warm-up game, because again, they didn't play as a team, right? They're just playing individually, and I think they're just caught off guard because, again, maybe even during your scrims, you don't get this cheese that much. You don't expect Yusunshin to take your orange buff like, what, 2-3 times in a row, and then you didn't expect Nats on the first pick Arlet to lose the lane. And they knew that he could get countered. That's why they banned out the Yuzong. They banned out one of the hero I can't remember. But then the Alice did go through. Now here's the thing: even without the Alice, they had other options to deal with that Arlet. Worst comes to worst, can even still use a Uranus, right? It can still work where you just control that Arlet. And here's the thing: even if they had a good laning phase, if best player one and Nats is not on the same page, it kind of doesn't matter, right? You go in, there's no activation for your vengeance, and you're just waiting to die.
Yeah, because I guess the team that could really play to afford to play individually was the Mongols. Because again, they were on the damage jungler, they were on the Yusunshin, which did the anti-handshake rotation in the game.
We're
coining
that one, the anti-handshake rotation.
But you were expecting best player one and Nats to do the opposite. They should have been the ones to work together, because that was what their lineup was. Hopefully
they didn't do the bro code, you know?
No bro code.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I believe Alpha 7, after that loss, they should be able to rewatch the game and see where did it all went wrong. Macro part, maybe the mid trio needs to be aware of camps getting stolen away, because again, that's the most precious resource that we have in this game. And the thing is, the opponents they'll be going up against later on, they kind of do the same thing. Maybe not as much as Mongols, but they will do the same thing. But with that being said, we will be giving them an opportunity to reset and maybe rewatch the game, because we are going for a break. When we return, we'll be watching the second best of one. We'll see you guys right after this.
Whoa.
ドキしようよ準備快適早もう止まらないこの世界を楽しんでみたんだ
Play is in our DNA. Whenever we let it out, it becomes our superpower. Now imagine an entire city being built to supercharge it. Kadir City, powered by Play.
And with that, we are back here at EWC 26. We just got done with game number 1. The Mongols show up very impressively against Alpha 7. But hey, it's their first game in the best of 1 here. And welcome, my name is Afel. Alongside with me is Mirko as well as Brigitte. They have done an amazing job casting that game. Amazing jokes, a lot of entertainment, a lot of energy. Now here's the thing. We'll be keep looking at Alpha 7 just to see how they improve later on, and hopefully they get okay.
Yeah. I think we're also looking at how another team would improve after their run yesterday, which we will be seeing up next. It's Sunset Ravens.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, technically they don't need to improve, right? They're in the group of life. They're going to make it anyways.
They might as well treat it like a scrim.
Hey.
Yeah. Hey, yes.
Okay, if they're keeping strategies, okay.
Yeah, but okay, let's just have one good game for...
Yeah, I agree.
Although, let me just say, as a roamer, it's okay to die a lot. Isn't that right, Mirko?
Yeah,
right?
we had a 0-7 roamer.
Your carries, because of the roamer dying a lot, your carries only died once.
Yeah.
And then having like 9, 12 kills and then like 10 assists.
It's only a problem if you're up against a Sky Piercer.
Oh.
Which that roamer did not go through,
Exactly.
Yeah.
right? Yeah, so right now let's talk about Sunset Ravens here. Let's address the elephant in the room. They got to make sure that the laning phase is serviceable, because at this point, it almost doesn't matter what kind of draft you get. Even if you get a very good draft, if you still lose the laning phase, it won't matter that much.
Yeah, in terms of like when we say good drafts, they were drafts that we really expected. Or
It's like meta-ish,
yeah,
right?
they're meta drafts, but at the same time, does it mean that it's a bit more predictable then for them? And given like the gap that we kind of observed in terms of mechanics and the decisions in game, then that's something probably other teams have capitalized on. But I wonder if how, like, since they're at this point where they're just one game away from being winless in the group stage, would force them into being a bit more creative, you know? Like,
Yeah.
Coach Ryzen?
Yeah, Coach Ryzen really got to dig deep, right? Because they're up against Nightmare Esports. Now, Sunset Ravens, a lot of them are new. Nightmare, they've been here before. They know what it feels like to play in an international stage, heck, in a wild card even. We've got so many names that we've seen so many times already. Get Juviana too easy for Lexi. I'm actually thinking the Nightmare could be Sunset Ravens' Nightmare this time.
Oh.
Yeah, because again, Nightmare, they do like to play very, very fast-paced heroes as well. So this is one of those games I feel like it's completely okay if they want to ditch the utility jungler and just go for damage and then just try to win the first 3 minutes of the game and then just snowball off of there. Because that's the unfortunate thing for Sunset Ravens. I believe out of all the teams here, they have suffered quite a lot of early losses, even having won below 10 minutes. So it might be something that Nightmare Esports want to do, especially if you want to consider maybe you want to hide some things, right? You don't want to show everyone everything during the wildcards here.
Yeah, because they've lost, like, it's always them losing their winning conditions early on. And I think that's such a problem because they've always reverted to just muy minute on the Bruno or just playing around muy minute in the late game scaling. But oftentimes here, up against the teams that they've been up against in Group B in the wild card, that's a thing. Like, I think Group B has the more experience in terms of the wild card appearances teams, like Team Falcons Mena. We also have Nightmare, who have been here for quite some time, but we're just really waiting for that one breakthrough moment that's yet to come.
That's the thing. They got experience, but they have never won wild cards. So it might be the time, but having, again, to go back towards what you said, Coach Raizan, he mentioned a couple of times that they're going to be playing for comfort here for his team. So far, the only team that has done well with comfort over meta has been the Mongols. So I think you might want to just lean back to the meta.
Yeah. Although I do have to say, I think this is not a hot take to say that if you are struggling, especially as Popopopon, maybe go for healers. Maybe go for Matilda, right? Go for Matilda and then just save your team when trouble persists and try to play more poke, right? Play more siege. That's the safe way. And then when someone comes in, just retreat.
Yeah.
Right? Especially when you have a Bruno player, just play range, right?
Something that'll make you a bit more proactive in the early game because that's where they lose on a lot.
Yeah, but with that, looks like Eterna is ready with Nomad. So let's see what Nomad has to say for this match as we're throwing it over to Eterna.
Thank you so much, Lafel. Eterna here for the Kadia City interview. And yes, we are with Nomad. Welcome, Nomad.
Hello, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning and welcome. Now, Nomad, I know that you are one of the newer additions to Nightmare Esports. Now, could you tell us a bit of what that's like? Are you nervous? How's everything going for you so far?
I think for me, it's more on I'm comfortable with the team because the team is so good and they just we adjusted a lot in the upcoming meta and yeah, they so good. They can play. They are so good. That's what I can say.
Okay, so you sound confident, right? How long did it take for you guys to build chemistry with one another?
You know, I think for us, it's just a little bit more time because the team can adjust so fast in the what they need to do, and they're always willing to learn. So it's so easy for us to adjust.
Okay, it's good to hear. It's good to hear. We're excited because obviously we've seen a lot of teams play yesterday, but we finally get to see your debut today. Now, Nomad, we gotta ask, do you think it's an advantage for your team because you get to scout yesterday, or do you actually wish that you could have played yesterday as well?
I don't think it's an advantage, but yeah, but because we can review the other teams also, and I think we can use this. You can use that as an edge for our team, yeah.
Okay. And now, final question before, of course, we let you go for your first best of one. We do want to know, it looks like the community are saying that Nightmare Esports is just another team to fill in for the wildcards. What do you have to say about that sentiment?
Yeah, we're gonna prove them what we are capable of.
Okay, and we're excited to see that. So good luck for your first game. And of course, we're going to throw it over to our panel. Lafel, take it over.
Thank you very much, Turn, as well as Noman. Yeah, prove to the fans and non-fans what you are capable of. Now, I think even he said it wasn't really that big of an advantage because, again, I feel like it's really an advantage if it's like a best of 3, right?
Yep.
During that time, you see a lot. You have enough sample size. It's such a small sample size, even Brigitte can get it.
I agree. It's I would have said something that to counter that because like
Yep.
I feel in best of ones you could just like only show so much, but no, it's a very small sample size. I agree.
I just get the feeling though from that interview, it left me an impression that he is a mechanical god for just no reason whatsoever.
What?
Some
No
reason.
man.
Really?
No, Zaxora.
Yeah.
We saw his interview. No man. We heard his interview. We're gonna see some mechanics on this kid.
Because he sounds really confident.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Yeah, yeah.
If you have a lot to say, if you're confident and everything like that, you're a good frontliner, right? If you're a good frontliner, you have that instinct, right? You have that instinct on how to start fights and etc. But the ones that doesn't say much or like step on their words just a little bit, most of their stats go to mechanics, right? Go to kiting, timing abilities, buy and sell. That's just MlBB psychology.
Life is an RPG. Put your skills or level up the right skills.
On the stats.
So what about casters?
Talking?
Yeah, we're fluent in Japanese.
Yeah, it's like, okay, creativity, stamina, and then all the mental health, you pull it all the way down, and then you distribute it somewhere else.
Yaparini.
Yeah, because I've said it multiple times. You cannot be normal and be a caster. There has to be something wrong with you.
Yeah, and if you guys think that, oh no, there are many normal casters, name one.
They might be retired. Fine, who?
You are not normal.
You are not normal, Brigida.
My goodness.
You want to know what she did to me, Mirko, yesterday?
What?
After you guys are done and during that long game,
Yeah?
she was being a menace by WhatsApping me.
Wow, what did you say?
And then she was like, I'm nice. I don't do anything bad. And he's like, 20 minutes, huh?
I'm saying you're good. You're predicting it right. So
Nah.
Hey.
Anyways, looking at the pick of bands here, looks like Nightmare will be second pick and Sunset Ravens will be the first. And they themselves ban out the Matilda.
Ryzen's like, LaFell, no, I don't agree.
aw.
What?
Ryzen's like, I don't agree. Because
Yeah.
you told him to go Matilda.
Yeah, you told
You told
Popopopon.
Bro, you should have
to go Matilda.
listened to me, bro.
I don't know.
I've coached before.
The 09 glue looks a bit too good to let go, LaFell.
Fine.
What does he use? He's like used the what? Balearic and glue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. The glue which
Died a lot. Same
Died
as
a
the
lot.
Belleric.
Yeah.
And even the jungler also died a lot.
Hey, 33, Hiko and Eterna were a combined age of 90, so the Belleric and the glue are a combined age of, or a combined death of like,
20 something.
yeah. So, that's pretty good.
Those
What
are-
is our combined age?
59.
59. I don't know your
30?
age.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, 30.
So Matt's
Sorry,
also at 0.
Yeah,
That's to caster.
I apologize, Brigida. That was such a big number for you. I should have figured it out myself.
No, I'm glad because this desk is so good at math when it's small numbers.
Yep.
The big ones we leave it to Naisu and Gideon.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Gideon Q. Freya and the Marcells by Sunset Ravens. These are first pick heroes.
Those look right now. It does look like Sunset is the one on red side and Nightmare is the one on blue side.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been a while since we saw a Fanny band too. Like
Fanny and Hirara? Trap has only played utility, no?
Trap has always gotten trapped.
Come on, man.
Hey, listen. Let me put you in the mind of the coach. all right?
Which coach? Coach V or Coach Ryzan?
V. It's
V.
like, guys,
All right.
this is smoke and mirrors. You know what they've been doing?
What, Coach?
Day one,
What?
they keep using the tanks. You see how bad they are? They trying to set us up so that they can play the assassins.
Ah.
So, what is an assassin? Fanny and Harara. So, we ban those so that he plays the tanks again, and then we're good.
Okay, Coach. I got it. I'll ban Paquito.
Good. Because Paquito can also be in the jungle.
We saw it just earlier. EU server W.
He was okay, but he didn't get the MVP.
Of course not.
Of course not. I mean, like, come on.
Come on, man. Sunset Ravens, first pick. What is it going to be?
There's an Akai.
Zushin.
Juicin
Okay.
it is. Sunset
Jushin.
Ravens. Nightmare. What is the answer to it. Straight up.
Akai Atlas. I feel like Atlas might be one of the equation.
Yeah.
Claude? Maybe
If it
Claude?
was me, I just go Claude and set up for Eve later. Pick up a jungler. Something like a Baksha if you want to just get a snowball early,
Akai,
go for
Fredrin.
fights. Akai, Fredrin, sure, one of those utility jungles.
Also, they're gonna match them with utility jungles. Ooh.
If they want assassin, maybe third pick Suyo or something.
Yeah, we haven't seen Suyo at all, yeah? Except for XP, JM.
Yeah.
But in jungle, it's been 0. So let's see. Nightmare.
They're taking their time here.
Yeah, it's their first game. They got to take their time.
Yeah.
Arlet.
Arlet. So Fredrin?
Yeah, Fredrin or
Wait,
Akai.
Arlot
Akai.
Akai?
Arlet Akai.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
The AA combo.
All right, so don't do the Alpha 7.
Don't-
Play
Hey.
together.
So, Sunset Ravens, you might want to pull a Mongols here.
Which is Yi Sun Shin and Atlas?
Atlas.
Yeah. I think the Atlas is still fine, even though the Akai can counter it. But really, I feel like it's just to have that freeze.
Hey!
Like, a Phobius!
Right, the Phobius
Alright.
left open to Arlet.
This is the first Phobius.
Yeah, this is the first Phobius. The first time it's been left open in
Yeah.
the wild card. Okay.
Okay, it's
And the Baksha. I like it. Go for fights instead of just going for neutral objective control because Akai already... I mean, I say that, but A7 didn't get a
But-
single neutral objective.
But this
so.
means that needs a damage roamer, something like a Khalid. And then the gold laner, Muiminette, has... I think he can still use the Bruno, but yeah, he just has to be that reliable. Now the Claude gets picked up. It looks like, all right, let's go to the tier list. What's good? Pick it up, and everything makes sense.
Yep.
yeah. So they're picking their mid lane for later. They'll probably be okay with an Eve. Either way, they have just so much heroes to disrupt formations and even the
If
Claude.
Lilia.
Yeah, the Eve should be banned out by Sunset Ravens here.
I think Lilia as well, because Lilia counters everything here.
Yeah. I think the glue is still pretty good for Sunset Ravens. Yes, it was 0-9 yesterday, but if they need a roamer, right? Another beefy boy up front with the Phobius and the Baksha. Sure.
Yeah, you don't really want to
And it's Juice and Glue, right?
final slash it just anytime.
Arret gets banned out. Ooh. All right.
Eve
I'd
gets
expect Sunset Ravens to go for a bit of physical damage last. There's the Eve ban.
I think a carry might be serviceable or...
For Nightmare?
Meaning like for...
Oh, sorry, for Sunset Ravens.
For Nightmare to ban. For
Yeah.
Nightmare to ban.
Carry.
If it's not, maybe something with range just to respect the Bruno. I think that's still fair.
Because like, what are they going to pair up with?
I think the Moscow... Knowing Muiminette, the Bruno is, I think, their pick.
It's like, that's number 1.
Yeah.
Number 2, there's a lot.
Number 2 is all the other picks in the
Yeah.
meta.
Has to be. Unless he has another, like, Obsidia in him too. Oh, they're not actually taking out the Bruno.
Yeah, they get rid of the Moskov. All right, I think it's a Bruno.
I think they should ban a Lilia. If they don't ban a Lilia, what other...
Valier?
Oh,
Valier
yeah, yeah.
is- oh
that
my
would be
God.
very annoying as well. Yes,
Yo,
yes,
this
yes,
is
yes.
one of the best Valier games ever.
As a Phobius, I hate the Valir.
As a Baksha, I hate it even more.
Actually, they can also still pick up a Gory. There's still a lot of mid picks.
There are a
honestly.
lot of mid picks.
Because you also don't know what their roamer is just yet. So, like, you could just pick up a really terrifying mid
I prefer
duo.
something just with a little bit more damage.
Wait,
right?
they banned the glue. All right.
Nani?
I guess because Nightmare can go and pick it up first.
Yeah. I think there's a Cho too, though. Like, into the Baksha would just
Into the Phobius,
be...
though, I don't know. Right? Halid and Phobius. I mean, Halid, Cho to Phobius. They go Valentina.
Ah.
No big ults right now, but I guess they're expecting an Atlas?
Or they just want to try to win the lane. Like later on, pick up either a Khalid or a Cho, and then they should have enough damage to have mid prior, right?
So just ignore the Phobius, yeah? Just win out mid. There's the Bruno. For muy egoist Bruno.
Khalid.
And they take the Khalid. There you go.
So this would be a Cho.
I don't know.
Hey, where's your confidence, man?
I don't know,
Can
man.
you be
Can't they
a professional player and be like,
is
I don't know?
Atlas, no?
Atlas. What else is there? Valeric again?
I think just Atlas, man.
Belleric's not that exciting.
You want something?
Not a bad pick, but not that exciting.
Tigreal, man. On that.
What else showed up yesterday? The Minotaur.
Ooh.
Didn't work out well. We even had a game where someone asked us to report the Minotaur.
Oh, that's true. It's not his fault, though.
I didn't report him. I gave him a thumbs up.
I reported him because, I missed,
Yeah, because
Me.
you're from Indonesia, You have that spirit in you.
yeah, toxic.
Yep.
Ah,
Yeah, I'm toxic.
okay, that's coming from him.
Yeah, there's a song about it. Britney Spears?
Yeah, there is. I don't think she's Indonesian, but yes.
Oh. Yeah.
Atlas.
Okay, wish granted. Does seem a bit there are so many tanks.
Not
There
gonna lie.
is a lot of tanks, and you know what? That is because you guys from the Philippines, you guys made it good.
Yeah.
So with that being
Thanks,
said,
Carl.
Thanks, Carl, Nepomuceno,
Yeah.
Mirko, and Brigida. Good luck for this one. Nightmare going up against Sunset Ravens. I think it's gonna be a quick one.
Me too.
Okay, we're jumping in as Sunset Ravens are looking to avenge themselves in their last series here in the group stage, in the best of one stage, whereas Nightmare are making their debut as well. This, again, so many tanks, not necessarily our fault. It's the players from the Philippines' fault.
Yep. So it's the Filipinos' fault that we are in the tank meta. Thank you, Sanford, for picking up Akito, and Carl for picking up Baksha Fredrin Akai. Niall for Akai, so maybe a bit of Indonesian there. But welcome to the Line of Dawn, folks, for a utility versus utility matchup. And our first Phoveus of the wild card on a concussive blast. Mexi against Juviana. Experience on the side of Juviana.
Oh yeah, and Mexi, who just recently has joined Sunset Ravens. We also got to interview him yesterday.
Oh, it's a trap.
Whoa. Yeah, this is, you gotta be careful. This is such a fast...
Hey.
Huh?
Okay, to be fair, like, Juviana did get level 2 first, so he probably got like an extra vengeance in before Mexi could get the Dark Wave. But yeah, Mexi should be a little bit more careful here, because if you lose out of this matchup against the person that you should be winning against, that is bad, because the Atlas and the Akai is going to give him so much free stuff. There you go.
No, this is
Still missed the
not.
Dark...
Missed
okay.
it again. Not where you want to be. The micro has been working out for Juviana so far, and he will be getting the advantage in the lane. Popo will be here though.
Yep.
Okay, let's see. What did he do?
Bang. Bang. All right, Mexi gets it. That's good, but Papapapon will take a bit of punishment.
He hurts. Juviana's... The damage we're seeing from him.
Doing some damage.
Mexi also got Thrill, if I'm not mistaken, on the Phoveus.
Yep.
Just
Good
to
freeze.
compensate a bit.
Just don't go in right now, Mexi.
Oh.
Juviana's going to try to bait.
Sunset Ravens are so careful with this, you know. Like, I can't believe we're just watching the micro in the EXP this early on. Wait.
Oh.
That's a Master Assassin we get to see from Moiminet. I think they want to be a bit more proactive as well compared to yesterday where they did wait a bit.
Uh-oh. Mexi's just going to give a full wave up top, but he's already level 4. Prio for Sunset Ravens.
Wait. What does Juviana do? That goes the final slash. Okay. Now there goes the heavy spin as well. Trap will get trapped again. And is actually first blood in this game. Multiple targets knocked up by the Lantern Flare. Mexi gets to respond to the I did. But it's just a 2-for-1 trade. Nightmare wins that one.
Yeah, okay, there was a shoulder bash to the turtle. But it's okay. It's okay, all right? Like, we just gotta take these things. And Mexi, he did leave a whole wave down below. Now, Juviana, this is where you should expect the Phoveus to start winning. He can win. Jump, boom, bang.
Okay, Flicker used as well, but that's 3 targets onto him, so this will be the clapback from Sunset Ravens. But Jasmine is gonna make it up top as well. But together with Tweezy for Lexi, they might not want to take on this fight. That's at least they somehow equalize things. This is not a significant gold lead whatsoever just yet. But
Yep.
the turtle is still up.
But this is exactly where Sunset Ravens want to be with the Baksha and the Phoveus. They just want to fight it out before the neutral objective. Oh, they're going to go all in.
Okay, Jasmine now very, very low. Doesn't make it out alive. And Trap will pick up a kill. Sunset Ravens have created space for themselves as Too Easy for Lexi just resorts to picking up the orange for now.
Wow, played. There you go. Just go for the fights. When you have this composition, this is why the Phoveus has always been banned out. You're a dictator. You're Dictator Phoveus up in here, right? Whenever you get this pick.
Oh. They're really going for the 1-1-1s.
Bang.
Final slash already committed. They're just going at each other. They won't necessarily convert that into a kill. Moiminet. How has the laning been for Moiminet so far? He's ahead.
Yeah, he's done well, but Nomad, he's going to go for the concussive, the corrosion side. So it it seems like he's going to be rotating early instead of staying in lane with the Bruno. Again, this is where we start to see Mexi start to win, but Mexi doesn't want to bite on the bait. Could be an Akai over up top.
Yeah. We're back in the mid lane here. 3 members. What has he been picking up as the Valentina?
He picked up a glowing wand first item, and now the flicker's down. Trap.
Oh, the Atlas ult.
Wait, what? As a Valentina? No, the
no,
Atlas is
no.
on his team.
Oh, no.
He's
Oh,
taking
it's
a Khalid
the
ult.
Khalid,
The Khalid
the
ult, yeah.
I mean, they're the matchup, so.
Yep.
No, Nomad.
Nomad.
Down bottom, Popon.
Oh,
Will be ready
what
to
is
catch
that
him there,
damage?
together with the Concussive Blast. Actually dealt quite a lot, but it's Mexi up top who might just get traded out. That's the Fatal Links.
Oh, God.
And the heavy spin, multiple ults committed, but Mexi is still okay.
Wow, what an escape by Mexi!
Nomad though, has the BMI, gets to use it together with the Blazing Duet. Okay. They lose the turret.
Sunset Ravens are flying in game number 2 of the day. They're doing a fantastic job. Mexi, Juviana might be in trouble.
Can he get out of this? That's an Arlot. No minions left. Final Slash committed as well. Infernal Pursuits together with Eska doesn't get to knock him up just yet. Poon burning the flicker. That's a lot of resources burned just before the next hurdle of this game.
Dang. Like, these guys are just surviving, bro. Like, Mexi are losing so much. Juviana just pushed in the wave. But Sunset Ravens prioritize tempo over it. Juviana might be a whole 2 levels ahead. Dark Wave lands on Lexi.
Okay, I did this here. What does he get? Will be joining the fight. Does Jasmine actually go for the Fatal Links? It's Popon who falls down
Trap.
first. Trap gets to bump into 1. Juviana falls next, and the heavy spin from Too Easy for Lexi. Isolating Mexi, but is that the target that they want? They finally get the shutdown,
Oi.
but they lost Juviana in the process. It's a 1-for-2.
This could be a free lore, or a free turtle, rather. Lexi doesn't have the heavy spin. Trap's gonna go for the fight. Oh, Eska!
Whoa, Crimson Beacon in. Too easy for Lexi. And the turtle still gets secured even though it was almost reset there.
Good job by Sunset Ravens again. They just fight it out. They're brawling it out with this composition, and it's working really well, especially now that MlBB has some of those items. Nomad hasn't been able to walk up on the Claude. He's just been taking MlBB's balls to the face.
Yeah, he's been just focusing on farming here as the Claw, Juviana though. Okay, he will just let go of that turret up top. So far, they're finally able to secure the first turret in this game. Let's take a look at that instant replay right here, where Popon unfortunately fell down first.
Yep.
And I think the fact that they already used the heavy spin here didn't allow them to just continue with the contest for that turtle later on.
And the Claude, right, the way it works out together with the team is you need to play together. You need to dive in together so that the Claude can just be supporting damage, especially early on with those nerfs on the base damage. But there, he went in all alone, so it just gave the opportunity for Sunset Ravens to just heal past the Blazing Duet. MlBB has the Haas Claws. He's 500 gold ahead of Nomad. Right now, Nightmare have IDID and Too Easy for Lexi as the guys who are doing better than their opponents. But the thing is, oh god.
The Dark Wave will land. Juviana 1v2. No minions left, but had a flicker. Okay, yeah, I agree. And if things just don't get better from this point onwards, then it's not going to be a good record for the Arlot Akai together.
Yeah.
At least for today. Like, we're not seeing their combo put to use as much. If not, it's actually what's causing them their losses in the more recent team fights.
Whoa.
Too easy for Lexi. Gotta be okay.
This is why I don't like the Valentina pick, though, into the Phobius, right? You're giving him so much more to play with, those dashes for the passive. And that's why he's just been oppressive in these team fights, constantly getting those jumps. Together with Trap, obviously, who's done a good job at targeting, man. Those shield unities have been lethal. And while all that's happening in the front, you got MlBB just shooting for free.
Yeah, and at least they haven't really picked him off. At least in this game so far. Now there's a Lord already spawning. We're only 8 minutes into this game, but there's a super slight advantage. I don't think you could even really call this a significant lead for Sunset Ravens in this game as they position themselves first for this Lord. Nightmare still have to deal with their purple,
Trap.
but they might go focus on Hero.
Perfect match.
Okay, the Lord is actually very low now. Nightmare might not make it. Not unless! That's the Fatal Links and too easy for Lexi! Still secures it with the Retribution, and now it's Sunset Ravens trying to at least take some trades. They lost the Lord, but Nightmare lost too.
There you go. It's all about that trade. Nightmare needs to just brute force their way in to take objectives. But Sunset Ravens will take that trade any day of the week. They want to go for those fights. As long as the Bruno, Muy Manette, the egoist, is free, he will carry in the fight. And those frontliners, no one can deal with them. Nightmare do not have the shred to deal with this. And all Sunset Ravens need to do to deal with the Lord is group up, clear it up. Muy Manette gets extra gold.
Yeah, and they do not feel the least bit hesitant at all in this game. They're always just being so decisive. Even in that moment where they just decided to burst down the Lord, they knew what they wanted to go for. And they clearly won out in that team fight. They're still holding on to majority of their resources and even the mid. Oh. A Malefic gun?
Yep, that's a Malefic gun. That's the power spike that he's been waiting for all this time, and it's still going to take Nightmare Esports some time before Nomad gets the Golden Staff. Yeah, in M6, if you get that item, it's GG.
Yeah.
Luckily, it's not M6 for Nightmare Esports. They can still try to turn things around. It just gets really difficult because their only main source of damage, well, their only source of damage right now, it just seems like it's the Claude. Everybody else hasn't... Wait, why is the Claude dealing so little damage, man?
He hasn't joined the fight just yet. He's been farming all this time.
But no wonder these fights have just been very good for Sunset Ravens. Nomad has just been offline.
Honestly, it's, I think, what Nightmare have decided to go for. It's just really focusing on the farm and unknowingly getting the map control under their nose. Because Sunset Ravens may have been winning on some of the fights, but they're keeping this gold lead very small. That's why it's been almost insignificant for majority of this game, 11 minutes into this game. But now I think we are slowly approaching the point where you are going to be forced to fight. So let's see how things change now that we might just see Nomad be part of that fight.
I think it also seems like Nomad has kind of lost out on that power spike. He should have already hit the power spike by now, right? You get the 3 items. The thing is, SNR just way too tanky. The Chastised Pauldron was the first item for Mexi. Trap is building a lot of physical defense as well, so you're going to have to wait for the Malefic gun before you start being a threat to SNR.
As of the moment, SNR, I think Muy Manette is the bigger threat. Like, there are just so many tanky guys making that space for him.
Yep.
And I think they've improved in terms of formations too. Like, overall, their team fights have been more... I think they've been more structured. They're more close to each other. That's something we failed to see from them yesterday. And now that's another Lord. And we'll see how SNR deal with this objective take. Because earlier on, it's just been them dancing around, getting the information, and bursting it when it feels like it's the right moment. And they might just go for that same template now that we are in the second Lord of the game.
Win in nature as well from Muy Manette. He's going to start shredding down too easy for Lexi. He's going in all alone, half HP. All Sunset Ravens need to do is bait out the heavy spin.
It's the exact same thing. Okay, they are finally going in heavy spin committed too, but it's still Trap who wins out, not even using the Retribution, but he just secures the Lord. And now the members of Nightmare are falling one by one, but the response with a blazing duet from Nomad, can it actually change something? It seems like the damage is not enough. He does fight Eska, but he falls down too.
What a fight, what a retry from Trap. He laid it down. They poked the Panda enough to make him hesitate. And then they just committed on the neutral objective. Fights will go to Sunset Ravens. That was a guarantee. But the Turtle, it should have gone to Nightmare. They played in such a good way. Yes, Muy Manette had to sacrifice his life, but he knows that the rest of the team was already capable enough to deal with Nomad. And again, like I mentioned, the 3-item power spike is not enough at this point for Nomad. He needs the Malefic gun to get through these tanky boys up front.
That was a sequence that'll take a bit of time to process. Still can't believe he didn't have to use the Retribution just to take that Lord. When in fact too easy for Lexi was already spinning with a heavy spin, but still did not get to secure it for the teams.
Nomad? He just used the BMI.
Oh,
okay,
there you go.
no one's there to punish.
Yeah, he's being guarded. Jasmine is gonna be there either way. And the Flying Clouds is going to help them just a bit to make sure that they actually still get to defend this game. We're already 14 minutes in, and majority of the resources are now going to be taken away. Now, whatever efforts Nightmare have been trying to do earlier on, it seems like it's not paying off just yet. Like they're focused on farming. Oh, the damage! I did had to get out of there. Now it's going to be Sunset Ravens just pushing forward. Too easy for Lexi trying to block the way. But they really want to take down these turrets.
Yeah, you really cannot walk up as I did like that, dude. Not against a full item Bruno, right? MlBB is already full items by this time. Or he's close to full items. He's at 5 items.
Yeah.
0, 1, and 5. Let's take a look at the items again. He's building towards... Is that a BOD?
Yeah, I guess. He's just lacking 1 item left. Nomad on the other
Could be the Sea Halberd too, yeah.
What's
But
this?
I'm feeling the ego. You know what I mean?
Well, actually, Nomad just needs 1 more item too.
That's true. And that's the real item that'll get him going. The Melfic gun, right? Then he can start shredding people down. Thing is it enough? Because there are 3 chastised pauldrons and a wind of nature on the side of Sunset Ravens.
Yeah. It's like you really have to pick your target at this point. You really have to just dive in whoever you feel would be a great pickoff. But at this point, how do you just get past all these guards? You have Mexi, Trap, and Popopopon. And I think this has been one of the more stable games we've seen from Popopopon here in the wild cards. He's just been very clean, very disciplined in terms of using the Khalid. It's not all those flashy plays that just get you past the crucial moments, but it's what matters. Now we're back in the 3rd Lord.
Mexi.
Spectacular zoning yet again from Sunset Ravens. How do Nightmare deal with this? Darkwave will land onto too easy for Lexi. Crimson Beacon already baited out from Eska. Juviana might want to focus down onto the mid laner, and with only a Purify, he still doesn't find the kill. MlBB has too much space. They've created too much space, and now he's just free. Nightmare are struggling to contest this objective. Heavy Spin committed a bit too early. Infernal Pursuit still going on. There's going to be the stun briefly from Jasmine, but that's all just to disengage as Sunset Ravens take this next objective too.
Well played by Sunset Ravens, understanding the win condition, going back to Eska, who was left all alone against Juviana. But we have to question Nightmare Esports and their decision-making. They had a Claude up top. Nomad was trying to build a slow push, yet the team went for a 4v5 against a very full item, doing a lot of damage. Ego is muy manette on Bruno. That was kind of crazy, no? Nightmare took a 4v5 knowing full well they didn't have Nomad.
I can't tell if that's an effect of just them learning from the past 2 turtles that SNR are just not going to hold back. They're really going for those quick bursts.
They have the anime plot armor.
But yeah, you weren't fully equipped nor prepared to take on that fight just yet, so it did feel a bit reactive from Nightmare, and now it's 3 synced waves from Sunset Ravens approaching their base. No holy shields left whatsoever, and they're definitely gonna take full advantage of this. Again, MlBB is just too free.
So free. Trap is walking up. Lord down below already. You're going to be looking for Siege to end this game. Can they do it?
The Lord is already in the base, but they've somehow dealt with it as SNR just decided to focus on the base turrets.
Yep.
So Nightmare had enough room to still prolong and extend this game. And for the first time in this desk, I think we are going to see a 20-minute game.
Hey, something new. Hey, you might have jinxed it.
Or maybe not.
Imagine if you say that, a Nightmare just go in again. I mean, it's a possibility. It went in 4v5, right? Yeah, I love how Sunset Ravens are taking this, right? They're not getting too hasty with it. A lot of teams with 0 wins in a wildcard stage, they'll already be so desperate. When they're in the lead, they'll try to force those fights, they'll try to force a win. But Sunset Ravens know that if you want to win, you gotta take it slow when you have the lead. And they already have that far lane. There's no real reason for you to risk anything at this point. It's all up to Nightmare Esports to make the desperate play to come back in the game.
Yeah, and they've been almost perfect in terms of like the objective takes. They've only really let go of 1 Lord recently, or in this entire game. And other than that, Nightmare have barely positioned themselves. So I wonder how Nightmare are planning to address it this time, because now that
Hey.
they definitely have to leave at least Nomad to deal with the far lane, it's gonna be a tougher task for them because he's the main damage. He's the only damage.
Flexi.
And yeah. Even before we approach the Lord, Nightmare have a problem moving around their very own map.
Yeah, I mean, it's a given with these base turrets taken down. Nomad is clearing up top, so they're really trying to get a good wave going. But look at that. If Nightmare just push a bit too far, Sunset Ravens are in position to actually... Oh, God.
Wait, they are on the opposite side of the map right now.
They're just going to go for the slow push. There you go. Slow push straight into the Evolve Lord. They already deal with the slow push. Nomad. He's going to hold that way. Okay, there you go. That's the green light. Straight up to the Lord. Nomad's up top. They got to try to force a fight again, a 4v5, and the wave is just going to constantly build towards Nightmare.
This is why they didn't really have to rush things. They have a template for how they go. Too easy for Lexi, already very low. Does he have the immortality still? And now on the other side, it's Juviana falling down first. Too easy for Lexi. Actually gets to walk away, but remember, knock up with the Dark Wave. SNR are going for the chase. They're taking on the fight. Nomad gets blasted and is barely able to accomplish anything. And that's enough for SNR to maybe just push forward, to maybe not even consider the Lord.
Another 4v5. Nomad was top and he jumps back to the BMI. Uvas!
Okay, here we go. SNR have a minion. They have their immortalities up. They have another wave coming in mid. And they almost are complete and ready to put an end to this game. Heavy spin to desperately just extend and find whatever opportunity they can. But they could not, as Sunset Ravens secure their first win here in the wild card.
GG Sunset Ravens! They break the lose streak up against Nightmare Esports, who've played their first game today, and you can finally see the expression of Sunset Ravens, man. Those happy expressions, Mexi feeling it. It feels good to break your lose streak. Sunset Ravens on course to make it to where, LaFell? To the cross breakout.
CGBS.
CGBS.
The CGBS. And yeah, I was looking at it. They were so excited. We're so happy. And they deserve it, right? They played well. Nightmare didn't play so well. So I think the lesson that can be learned, playing day one is great.
First.
It's better to play on day one and then warm up into day two. You know? So maybe something that everyone will demand coming for the next wildcard and etc. So let's talk about this. Both Alpha 7 and Nightmare, they needed that warm up. And it's funny how both kind of had the same problems, right? Individual plays without a team. Sure, there are some individual mistakes as well, like, you know, the Claude.
And the Arlet Akais have lost 2 games.
Yeah.
But it's not their fault, you know?
Okay, game 2 it might have been because of the Phobius. They let go of the Phobius.
No, you know what? This is the Valentina. If they had the Gord or the Valir or the Lilia, you know,
Yeah.
even this is a bit far, but even an Aurora might have been a little bit better. Because here's the thing,
Aurora.
Gord as well as Valir, they're student teacher, and while they were training, they used Phobius as the training dummy.
Yep. And Baksha.
And Baksha.
Yeah.
And Fredrin. And quite a few lists of men that are tanks.
Hylos, Khalid.
Yeah.
That Valid, I really feel like was the botch of that draft.
Because admittedly, I do not want to think that this is how Nightmare, who's been playing for so long and has made so much international appearance in the wildcards, actually has evolved their gameplay. Like, I really do feel like there might be some game 1 jitters to it, similar to what we saw from A7, and hopefully they do get to recover from that. Because I don't think this has been like the cleanest from the start from Sunset Ravens as well, but it has been definitely more decisive. Like, they've been cleaner and clearer in terms of what they wanted to achieve. And I see that multiple times, especially when we look at their objective takes, like the way they just execute their objective takes.
Let me just say, there's some things that Sunset Ravens did should have been punished, right? For example, the early game, the EXP.
Yeah.
Arlet won, right? Arlet already won that lane, and then quite a few missed abilities coming in from the Phobias. You could have countered that, right? You could have punished, and then you could have just controlled their jungle, but it didn't do that. A lot of missed positions, especially from the damage dealers, because I really don't feel the presence of the Claude. I really don't feel the presence of the Valentina. It really is just the Akai. But he's more of just getting attacked on. And why does the Arlet have the need to feel like he has to 1v5? I mean, like that's the real thing. Like Mirko said, your only damage dealer is so far away. You could have just waited.
Yep.
Waited when he came by. If he's already around like mid lane, then yeah, maybe you can start something so that he can eventually come, blaze into it, maybe get 2 kills. Even if the Lord has been secured, like you still get something out of it. Instead, you got nothing. Was that going too long?
No, that's completely fine. I was just happy looking at Mexi, Pon finally seeing a smile on their face, man. They were flexing the Sunset Ravens logo as well. Hey, feels good, man. Feels
We wanted
good.
to see that. We wanted to see that. Like that was the Popopopon game.
Popopopon. There you go.
he should be happy now. He should be happy now.
Ganbate.
What's congratulations again? Omedeto.
Omedeto.
Yeah. Onigashima.
What?
That's something in One Piece. Either ways, right now we have done with 2 best of ones, and for now it does seem that the teams that just arrived playing for day 2, Alpha 7 as well as Nightmare Esports, they need a bit of time to get used to all the other teams. And Sunset Ravens, after day 1, it looks like they have a rough idea of what they really want. Moving forward though, they have to consider what if they don't get the Phobias, because the Phobias was one of the big reasons why they won. But with that being said, 2 best of 1 done. We had 1 short game and 1 long game. We're going for a break. After this, going to game number 3, which I believe Alpha 7 will be playing again. We'll see how they shape up. We'll see you guys right after the break. Okay.
Play is in our DNA. Whenever we let it out, it becomes our superpower. Now imagine an entire city being built to supercharge it. Kadir City, powered by play.
a regular thing. Came for the ring, you know what I mean. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm champion.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the EWC 26. This is Mobile Legends Bang Bang Wildcards, where we see which team actually goes through the wildcards and into the main stage. My name is Phil. Alongside with me is Mirko as well as Brigida. Earlier today, we did see Alpha 7. Unfortunately, probably haven't properly woke up just yet. Maybe some jet lag, maybe some jet lag hasn't gotten used to it. But this time, they get to prove themselves to be like, hey, you just need a game one. But they're going up against KOG, though.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
back-to-back banger matches, man, against Mongols and then KOG. And both of them, well, Mongols, they play a certain style. They play, they're aggressive with
The
it.
no
they like
handshake
the
rotation.
no handshake rotations from Zexora. Now, KOG, they love handshakes. They love just bringing the action towards you, playing around neutral objectives. But Kaizen's been stealing a lot of jungle camps as Dragon Warrior. This is not the best player kind of Dragon Warrior. This is the dishonorable Dragon Warrior.
Something to say about KJ as well. They don't like EXP laners. 5 EXP bans.
Oh.
If they don't pick it up early.
Yep.
Hey, but these are like, I think one of the more interesting matchups in terms of the EXP that we're gonna see, because like they're both MSC veterans
Oh, yeah,
and champions that we're gonna see. It's 33 and Nats.
Nats
and
did it in Malaysia before.
Yep.
Yeah. And then 33
In
did it too. Indo, yeah.
In Indo. Yep.
yeah. So if that happens,
Srumpun.
So can we call KOG the anti-Brig?
anti-free.
Because KOG don't like XP laners. Brig likes an
Hey,
XP laner.
Wait, no, I'm a roamer. so
Yes,
they
but-
cannot be anti-rig.
Hey, I'm a roamer, but I like mid laners.
Yeah.
You're a roamer, you just like EXP laners.
And I'm a gold laner and I like Hirara.
See?
See?
Just because you are something doesn't mean you have to love that thing as well, right?
Okay. Yeah, let's see what the bans are gonna be. But later on, because we are looking at player arrivals, and
Look at him.
look at him.
Kaizen looks locked in.
Can you see them? Yes. Yes, he does. I mean, like, here's the thing. We're talking about taking camps away. They also have been known to kind of ignore the turtle and then go straight into the jungle. So that is also something that maybe Alpha 7 has to be careful of. Like, the moment you start to contest with turtle and you're like, wait, hold on. It's awfully quiet here. Can someone retreat back to the jungle just to see, just in case my camps get taken away again?
Yeah, best player. It already happened. It was like up against Yisun Shin, right? So maybe
Yeah.
they were like in the back rooms thinking, guys, it was Yisun Shin. That's not on me.
Yeah.
But then if they go up against a Kai and then they see the same thing, they're like, maybe we gotta check our buffs,
Yeah. Like, everyone wants our jungle, It's kind of like girlfriends. Everyone wants to get someone else's,
Was?
Because here's the thing. If the girl is taken, right, that means she's proven. She's worth it, so that you just,
Hey,
get that one.
I mean, no comment, bro.
what are we getting at? Because right now, I think it's A7 that we're taking a look at. We did see their performance earlier too, and
Let's just forget about it.
let's just
Let's
not
just forget about it.
Just like
look at
Mongols'
much.
first game. Forget
This
about
is
it.
their official first game, I'd say.
Yeah.
They just-
Should be.
They're just like, it's cold here in Patty, which, by the way, people keep saying there's a heat wave. Maybe next week, next 2 weeks.
No, it's done. Or does it come back?
It comes
think
back.
It comes back. Yeah.
It comes back. Like, we asked, and it says like in 2 weeks.
Yeah, just like me and LaFell, we're coming back later.
Yeah, not all of us are coming back. Some
No,
of us are staying.
people are staying, yeah.
Yeah, because they have like family or something.
Can't relate.
I mean, congrats, right? Congrats to.
hey.
Someone shut the
Official
lights
first
off.
game.
bro.
Again-
Official first game.
First game, first game,
like
first
we
game.
said, something has to be wrong for you to be a caster. It's kind of like being Spider-Man or Batman.
Yeah. To be a
Right, right.
superhero, you gotta be special.
You gotta be special.
You gotta be special.
What's
Right?
mine? What's my
What's
problem?
your tragic backstory?
Yeah. Or problem? Oh.
Let's see here. Your tragic backstory is that You were born.
Oh, he's doing the voice. He's doing the voice.
You were
Okay.
born where you know you are meant to be special.
Whoa.
But people put you down. They try to convince you you're ordinary. They ask you to make your hair blonde. They ask you for your complexion to be such and such. But then you're like, nah, fam, I want to look like Momo. And then now that I am, I'm good.
Is that tragic?
Looking like Momo is tragic.
They ask you shouldn't tie your hair up. Put it down. That was back in M7 in case you remember.
Oh,
They were, right.
whoa.
See, I remember the bad things that happened to you because there's not a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the only bad thing.
Thank you.
Well,
Should I say thank you to that?
I guess. I don't know.
Alhamdulillah, you know?
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
Okay. Let's go.
You're right, let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's start talking about KOG and A7 on Dangerous Grass.
And they're batting out the Atlas here, KOG, so that's a bit of a change. They're batting out the Arlid, respecting the Arlid. Although if it were me, I'm like, you want it? You
Even
can
if
have it.
obvious, real
Oh,
quick.
so we're
yeah.
not doing 5-man EXP bands.
Yeah, KOG have.
I mean, some people might use Atlas EXP.
oh,
I wouldn't say it's good. I would say I prefer it on the enemy team.
Not
would
in-
Sanford use Atlas EXP?
I don't know. How would I? You gotta ask him.
I thought you would know. But Freya, okay, gets banned out as well.
Oh,
So Paquito, will it be open? But I still feel like even if Paquito is open. But here's the thing, Phovius, even if we're Spake, it's so counterable. We have a lot of mids.
Yeah.
I don't care too much about the EXP because like whatever, laning phase, but like against a Valir, against a Gord, against a Lilia, against so many mid laners, it just feels a bit awkward.
Okay.
yeah. But like, I'm wondering if
Zushin ban, Paquito ban,
Or
or
Marcel. Like, this is kind of weird. Marcel being
Yeah.
left open like this.
this feels a bit weird for like a mid lane prio because A7, even though we don't want to consider their first game, like, is best player one really comfortable playing a utility, or would he rather not?
Oh.
just use it. Just use it, you know.
Because
Soyo, Joy, Yeast and shit.
if then maybe you would. Okay,
Yeah, Zushin.
Yo.
listen. It's open.
But the Marcel's open.
Yeah.
Well, picked up. But then, as a Marcel, I hate a few roamers. Namely the Khalid,
Yeah.
the Hilda,
Anyone that can really match his, like, movement.
movement speed, and then does a lot of damage to me. Because early game, Marcel is a bit squishier than most roamers. It's
Ah.
only after
Oh.
it's only after a few stacks on a thunder belt, then you feel a bit tanky. But yeah, Fredrin first pick here, Akaino.
Could be the he's banned out the Baksha as well.
Oh,
That's why
right,
they take
right.
the only utility jungle left. So KOG might have to go back to what they won MSL with, which was Assassins on KZen.
I mean, still the Balman if they want to try that.
That's true. They also
Yeah.
pick up the Claude so that the Alpha 7 Yves gets into a bit of trouble.
Yeah, and at least for A7, they don't really have to worry about like another terrifying Gord game up
Yep.
against a Fredrin because they've already locked in the juice in. Wait, that's actually something they could pick themselves, but that's only if KOGs also consider like one of the last few remaining. No, there aren't any remaining utility junk.
Whoa.
Oh, there!
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
forgot about it.
It's also very, very good against the Fredrin, by the way. It's a known counter. Paquito gets picked up in the XP, so they're aiming to go for what, like a Harith pick, but A7 pick it up before KOG can get it in the second phase.
Right now, KOG looks like it's full dive here.
Yeah.
Right? Like, even if they pick
All
up a
in.
carry, I feel like the carry will be safe because there's so much protection in the front.
They can still go Claude as well. Claude's something that
Yep,
can actually go
yep.
play both sides, dive or front to back. Then all they need is a beefy boy up front. Now, what tank do you go for here?
I mean, we saw Grok yesterday.
Ah.
Even a high loss wouldn't be bad here, going up against Marcel
That's
as
what
well
I'm
as
thinking.
the Fredrin.
Hylos, not bad at all.
They're not like KOG's not really gonna go dive either, so
Especially if the Gord is banned. High loss, why not?
Okay, by the way, they ban out the Eve, so I don't think they're going to go for the Claude. I think they're just going to go for a front to back, like you mentioned.
Yeah, or they just want a safe ban, you know?
Could be.
Just want a safe ban.
Mathilda gets taken out
'Cause
by
it-
A7.
because if it's not that, I mean, like playing the Cho into this is gonna be a bit tricky too. You're always gonna be spotted out by the Marcel.
I
Yeah.
feel like it's not necessary because even though you can still use the choke quite well, it's annoying going up against the Marcel, especially if you commit a flicker and then you just get platinum snapped.
Yeah.
They're like, girl, come on.
That's true.
Okay. Final ban coming down for KOG. What is it going to be?
Should be Gord. I feel like it should be Gord.
Gord.
If it's not Gord, I can see. Yeah, maybe just Lilia because I
Gord
think
Marcel. Yeah.
it's still okay. It's still okay.
Mm,
Kimi wouldn't be bad too. I feel like Kimi can fit Alpha 7.
it's a Yuzhong. Okay. So the Claude is actually still open for KOG later on if they.
Maybe they do want to
know.
let the Gord through because they do want the Claude, right? Yeah, but they pick up the Kimi. So they want someone to have continuous pressure. And now when it comes to the EXP, if the Kiddo gets a good angle, he should have a few good shots here. Now, in terms of the pick in the gold,
Ooh.
I still feel Carry or Claude either is okay.
Yeah, because there's a lot of magic too from A7, by the way.
Which kind of makes it good for high
This
loss.
front to back is kind of crazy for A7.
And it looks like both teams kind of want to play that, right?
Yeah.
We'll just...
It's front to back with
it really feels like AOT.
Yeah. What?
Titan's coming this way,
Ah.
and then the Soldier's coming on this way,
Yep.
and then just like... Sasageo.
Hey, you know what? A7 might actually take a bit of inspiration from the Mongols here by picking up an Alice last pick. They need a frontliner.
But that's all
Claude is
magic,
shred.
really.
That's true. That's true.
Oh.
Whoa. So 3 damage dealers. And
Nice.
not really a tank in Marcel. The only frontliner is Fredrin here.
They're
Front
really...
to back.
They're really
Wow.
trusting
So-
best player one here.
Yeah.
Hey, you can have your opinions to yourself. I'm going to be throwing it over to you, but I would say KOG, they have a pretty interesting draft. It is good, but it requires high execution. With that being said, I'm going to throw it over to Mirko as well as Brigida for KOG going up against Alpha 7.
Here we go, folks. It's a Guinevere. Honestly, on paper, I like KOG's draft. It feels much more normal.
Normal.
I mean, the 3 damage dealers with a Marcel. You got a combo with the Marcel with the Kimi,
Yeah.
but you got a lot of magic damage. I guess the balance is with the physical damage. At the end of the day, though, how the heck is this Fredrin gonna go up against a Guinevere to win out those red tree battles?
Yeah. Okay, we're heading into game number 3, and I'm thinking that could this be their way of just really keeping it quite similar to the first game that we saw from them, but this time a bit more successful because it feels very individualistic. Like the draft.
Now
like
that you mentioned that, it makes sense.
It's like
they
the-
were very individual in the first
Yeah.
match. Maybe they just need to lean more towards that side.
But is that really gonna work? Because it's a macro team you're up against. It's KOG.
Yeah.
They play as a team, literally as a unit. And if you're just really aiming to go for these individual plays, like the Benedetta on Naths, the Kimi and the Marcel doing their own thing.
Oh, I'm here. All right. Hey.
One thing's for sure, to counter that argument, A7 got no synergy. So
Yeah,
if
because
they try to out team fight, if they try to out macro KOG, I think it's just
So
they're leaving everything else at the door. So now that
me-
you see this,
for me,
makes
Nats
sense.
cannot throw because we saw yesterday when I believe it was the 7th match of the day where it's escaping my mind who played that, but
VSGA's, no. It
Hey.
was
We're back.
Mongols
it-
KOG.
no, I think it was
Are we back?
VSG. But yeah, like the Benedetta dives in and then just puts his own team in a situation where
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, that's right, GM. But yeah, still, this is just something that I feel like when you're using a Benedetta, when you're using an Arlet, when you're using a hero that can dive, that can set up for your team, you just gotta be careful because you.
Yeah.
As a roamer, right? You and me, Brigida, we're roamers. We
We're
know.
roamers.
We know when we make a good engage, we feel good. But we also know we have those engages that just sabotages our team, right?
Yeah.
And then people have the gall to say, okay, then right, you guys can go in the game.
Hey, welcome to the Land of Dawn, folks. Both XP laners go for lethal ignition.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness.
That's the MSC champion matchup in the EXP lane for you.
That's true. That's very true.
I wonder.
33, 2017, right?
Yeah.
And that's 2022. Lethal Ignition, Festival of Blood. But there's a bit of difference. 33 has gone for extra penetration. Now, Nats doing a good job against the Paquito. This should be, on paper, a winning matchup for Paquito.
Okay. Now I
Kaizen?
see how they're planning to make it work. Kaizen is very low here. Whole World and Shark are actually looking like they're going to be a very dependable mid duo this time around. So if we were to go back, then yes, A7, that might be the game plan. It's just probably really the trio mid that we need to see a bit more coordination from. Because it's a Fredrin, I don't think you can really be like too individualistic if you're a Fredrin.
I like the improvement though, straight up from A7 already. Game number 1, they completely let go of their topside jungle. So best player 1 got evaded very early. Here, it almost happened as well. KZ straight from the Raptor over, from the Lizard, straight to the Beetle. But A7 caught it early, and it will not be a full-on buff take.
Oh. That's in 33rd here. Get a bit of help from Shark and Nile. And I like how it's... I agree. There somehow in the wild card has been quite, or a bit too much explosiveness coming in from the damage EXP laners, specifically those getting a hold of the Benedetta. But I'm hoping and I'm seeing how they're definitely going to try to keep it a bit more balanced this time.
Yep.
You definitely could not make as much mistakes as Nath this time around. Now look at that advantage he's gotten over 33.
Really good eye for an eye there. Take away some of that damage from the jab of 33. A7 with Prio. It's Cold World and Shark already in position. Best player 1 holding on to the neutral objective.
Oh, Shark scouting out majority of the members. Traction pulls laid down too, but Kaizen actually wins out the retribution. Does A7 still go for it? It's a no. Okay, this is a much disciplined A7 we're seeing, but KOG do not want to let them be like that. 33rd picks up first blood. That was Shark that they found, and now it's the purple buff slowly being taken away from best player 1. But at least they're able to regain their position.
That was supposed to be their lifeline. A7 to win out the turtle and to start things off good with this greedy lineup. But KZ's gonna go in.
Okay, now they're after best player 1, and now picks up the kill. Nats could barely do anything. He could just watch.
Oh my lord. KOG are just outclassing A7. In game 1 for A7, it looked like all right. You know, they started off the game really bad. It was a few cheese movements from the anti-handshake man, Zixora. But this game, they got their pathing. They're forcing out fights.
Yeah, but KOG, when they know that they're not prepared, they're not really taking on these fights. Knock up, though, once again, coming in from Zed. And the spatial migration from KZ, not really going to land on anyone. But A7, they couldn't really farm as freely as they want to.
Yeah, KOG has just been getting so much tempo on the map. Payan, after that turret goal taken away, KZ just gets out after taking a Beetle. And it's another gold crab given over to Payan. This is just disastrous for A7. It is fantastic, though, for KOG.
Yeah. What did we say about KOG working as a unit? Right now, it seems like majority of their rotations have been at least 2 or 3 members alongside Kaizen, and they've been making it work. This is the exact opposite of what we're seeing from A7, where they have been doing some things individually on the map, specifically when you look at the EXP lane, but together with best player 1, we're not seeing much. They haven't been able to really utilize this composition just yet. And now we're seeing the next objective come up. Shark, this is how you expect a Marcel to be played, but you're not really getting much value out of it when you look at the other members of A7 just yet. Yeah,
and you saw just how squishy he can be when the Paquito gets his hands on the Marcel. Shark got blasted by the Paquito. Look at his rotation. Tempo in the bottom lane. They're going to make Nats lose a whole wave as they rotate, and A7 did not have control over the neutral objective. Nile, good job taking the aggro, and Kaizen's going to try to bait out the Purify up top. Kaizen went for Zia first, forcing out the Purify and even the Zaman Force. Now A7 lose a major resource before this objective, but they're still gonna go for it anyway. There goes the Golden Arm! Oh no. It stops even the turtle, but it's still A7 who are able to secure it nonetheless. Now Kaizen falls in, they're going for the chase. They want to take more. Payan looks to be the next target, but they're being very careful. They do not want to risk it. Usually that would be a big mistake, man, for the Marcel to just freeze it out when the Fredrin, best player, could go for the retreat, but Sharks takes it at the end of the day. So, hey, if it works out, it ain't a bad play. A7 still in this game. Okay. That was... I also couldn't recall how exactly things happened because it's just literally 1 HP left. Yeah. For the turtle. Before it actually went over to the hands of A7, and I don't know if the retribution was already used in time.
Wow. Okay, damage EXP. This is why we also called Imnas Entertainment way back. There's just so much action going on. EXP damage.
It's still very tough though to pull off the Benedetta against the Paquito. Only few have succeeded with that matchup. And yeah, I thought that was going to be really bad with Zia already using Zaman Force and Purify, but they managed to come in. Shark, so far, saving A7 from a possible, what, 3,000 gold lead for KOG.
Yeah. At least they also are really holding on to the majority of their resources. Just yeah, even though we've seen KOG multiple times just really attempt to keep the tempo going, even occasionally stealing away some jungle camps from A7. Best Player 1 is a bit behind, but not too significantly. So I wonder how A7 are planning to be a bit more proactive this time. They definitely are with the Marcel. We've seen that countless times, but the damage doesn't seem to suffice just yet. Traction Pulse that's used though, and Crimson Beacon is down for Zed.
Good damage coming in from A7. Good poke. They bait out the Crimson Beacon right before the neutral objective. This should be free. Never mind. Payan up top, staying in this lane. The man that I thought was going to be the star of the day yesterday. Predictions. With the Claude, it's his comfort pick, but finally, there you go. A7 with the neutral objective control. That's 2 turtles to 1.
Yeah, the macro team that KOG is clearly just decided to let go of that turtle in exchange of more structures across the map. And I think this is really one way that they could definitely deal with the threat of the Benedetta and how they're able, or A7 is able to utilize it. Because now they're forcing reactions slowly against A7. They're going to force a fight down bottom as well, but the damage coming in from Zia will be enough to take down 33. But again, it's a damaged Paquito, so kind of like expect him to be one of the better targets too.
Yeah, and that's why we don't really see too many Paquitos go full-on damage. Usually there's a good mix. Good ult, golden hour.
Okay, now it's Best Player 1 intercepting from behind, making sure that he will be providing assistance to this team. But A7, they're still going for it. Nile will be the casualty. And now it's Kaizen.
Oh,
Payan is actually gonna go in. Okay.
That's
just for the orange buff.
Yep. Leashing Best Player 1 to get the orange buff. They're actually converting on objectives really well. Clearing out mid. Nat's doing the dirty work here. Dodges away from the spatial migration. BP trying to punish Kaizen. Traction Pulse almost. Oh, even a bonk. Dang. They really want to get Kaizen down, man.
Kaizen's been like... He's the one doing a lot of the more individual things. Making sure that the waves are managed. Even in that mid lane where it feels like it could have been something that A7 just immediately transitioned towards right after they were able to get that bottom turret. Didn't really happen. And now it's a bit tricky if you think about it, because even against Best Player 1, or especially against Best Player 1 and Zia, it seems like Kaizen has been very particular with who he wants to use the spatial migration Violet Requims on. Like, you see him walk in front of you, very honestly.
Yeah.
But it's a mystery how he's still able to land these spatial migrations on the targets that he wants.
And there's usually just a combo together with a Gwyn. That's why you pick it up. You want to have a combo with it. But here it's just an independent Gwyn. And it wasn't even like a full neutral objective win, right? I mean, Turtle won, 50-50 retry he wanted, but then after that, it's just been a Shark and then a free one for BP up top. It's a 1v1, 33 versus Nats.
Whoa, okay. They probably are not going to continue this anymore. At least we know both XP laners are up top, trying to deal with the waves before we fully transition to this next objective, which is already the Lord. Kaizen's already here. Best Player 1, 2. They're just seeing each other. Who's gonna go first?
It's all about the combo. Nats has Prio up top. He already rotates first. Tempo on the side of A7.
Oh, they're bursting it down. They want to make his store. And now the traction pulls.
Oh.
They're bursting down Kaizen. The best possible target before this objective taken. Now Payan using the blazing to it, but he's cancelled by the energy eruption.
Whoa.
33! He finds Zia though. Cold World trying to deal with him.
What?
But the Lord, Payan! Payan actually takes the Lord!
Seals it away, the Art of Thievery from the Claude. Payan saves the day, getting the kill on BP. Nats and then the Lord. Oh God, what a chaotic fight. They got Kaizen at the start of the fight. They could have just gone for the lore, but instead they looked for the chase. It initially looked good as Nats got the Petri, but no one else was on the same page. They were all held down by 33. KOG side laners with a massive save, with a massive play to keep them in the game.
Yeah, they were both low, but they both agreed to just go for the Lord. And that was knowing that the entire team fight has been split up anyway. Nats, Kaizen finds him yet again. It hasn't been such a great time for Nats just yet in this game. Traction pulls, Crimson Beacon out. They're holding on to this mid turret. Bayan almost taken out. Golden R trying to keep him safe. And best player one walks out, but Shark will be the sacrifice.
Oh my goodness. Kaizen gets a spatial migration, but it's buffered by the dash, so Kaizen can't really follow it up with the big Violet Requiem. Still though, KOG are well and truly back in the game. A7 trying to make a lot of plays across the map to clear the waves, but it did not work out. It backfired for Nats completely. A Sokolil for Kaizen, and it seems like it's going to be the tier 2 up top fallen as well.
Okay, traction pulls. So they get to defend this tier 2 up top, but it's terrifying. KOG are now working as a unit, and there you go! Kaizen starts things off. Best player one is the target, but it's A7 clapping back! They take out 3. They're chasing after Nile, and Kaizen still has the Raging Sandstorm and will get out safely.
Oh my god, Nats with the instant redemption, finding the Petrify. What a shot from Zia as well. They're gonna go for the one straight push. A7.
Okay, could this be a one-way? The Diamond Force already laid down. They really wanted to take their time. Nile tried his best to delay, but they still have a minion left. Golden R on Kaizen! And all they want is the base! Kaizen, using the retribution, actually takes out the minion, but they still have one wave left, but KOG are back!
Oh, what a save by Kaizen. Nile initially, it looked kind of troll. Walking up there, trying to clear out the way, but they calculated it just for Kaizen's retreat to be up. It looked so darn good already for Shark. The golden hour to keep him at bay, but it wasn't enough. KOG live to see another day, and now all 5 are up. The advantage on turrets non-existent. A7 and KOG both can clear out waves. Nats is still already in the far lane, holding that wave, trying to clear it. 40 stacks on Cold World.
Yeah, I was about to say, no one has really dealt with Cold World. I think he's one of the more noticeable players in this game if you're KOG, because it seems like Nats, Zeal take up so much of your attention. Okay, Kaizen gets spotted again. And yeah, that's something I'm worrying about, because Kaizen seems to be the more forward member all the time.
Yeah, and it's a big problem. Shark in the back trying to go for the cut.
Okay, Zed gets done briefly.
A bit of panic in the eyes of Zed. A7 know that there's no Crimson Beacon. The backliners are safe. Cold World unnoticed this far, but I don't think he's going to stay unnoticed for much longer. Kaizen with a flank.
Okay, Nat's already spotted out. Kaizen, oh my goodness, 33! Did not want to be in that position, but because of that, Kaizen actually will find Nats. Violet Requiem as well, but he had to get out. He's being bursted down really fast. Best player one secures the objective, but Bayan! He might have just saved the game for his team. It's a 3-4-3 so far. Nats versus Nile alongside best player one. But the base, fortunately, minions are spawning. But Nile, can he get out of this? It's a no.
Big bong to seal his fate. Now it's up to 33, who's up in 4 together with Zed. Zed didn't use the Crimson Beacon in that fight. It was already down, so he has it here. Best player one, straight into the mid lane. Nats with a push in bot. Can A7 look for the end?
All right, 33 and Zed. They have such a huge task, but the damage coming in from Nats might just be enough, but 33 is clapping back. 33! Taken down by Nats! Nats cannot escape though as Zed finds him too!
Big wave down below, the minions. Can it save the day? Gonna get a single base turret. KZ retrieves it. And KOG keep their side base turrets alive. Oh my god, what an action-packed game. A7 and KOG going band for band. Both XPs down. There's another wave up top.
This is the back and forth that we've been looking for. Kaizen uses the Violet Requiem just to not get caught in that. But they get to clear it nonetheless. Okay, I think we can We can breathe for a bit now. We still have 90 seconds before the next Lord, and KOG might just get to find their positioning again outside of their base.
Oh, my hero moments. How many hero moments have we seen this game? Shark with a turtle steal, Payan with a lore steal. And then we have 33 and the rest of the boys just defending. Kaizen with a retry as well. That's getting some big petrifies, and it is a Queen's Wing, so that's why 33 was able to really hold on for such a long time, and he's going to go and build some more tanky items. On the other side of the map, though, it is just pure damage for Nats, right now at least. Rose Gold Meteor being the only defensive item. He's building towards the Ares belt.
Yeah.
A bit more HP.
And I think another good thing is the fact that KOG were able to somehow shut down Cold World, so the stacks have been lessened by just a bit. Okay. They're holding on to that base turret.
They gotta. That's the far lane. That could have actually given A7 a massive advantage coming into the possibly last Lord of the game. I don't want to call it just yet. It's not evolved. But Kaizen, it's so hard to be an independent Guinevere. He's always had to use the Violet Requiem before the fight even starts.
Yeah.
He still gets it, though. Good retry to take it away. It's going to be down for a bit. It won't be detrimental to the Lord just yet.
Yeah, and is really trying to find a target from behind still the best way to go around this game now that we're approaching the late game. All purifies are still up. Now it's a concealed play coming in from KOG. Shark will just run away from that. And now, let's see how they decide to deal with the lanes before we head into this objective. Because A7 are already starting it up.
Hey, wave bot is good for A7 as well. 33 didn't have enough time. Shark gonna go for the zone in the back line on Kaizen.
Kaizen goes back in! Was it the right decision though? He uses the spatial migration to get out. Another concealed play coming from A7
Shark.
this time! Sharp using the golden R, but Paida was able to dodge it nonetheless. Best player won with the retribution. The Lord was all they wanted, and now they're trying to run away. They're waiting for the Lord. They want to put an end to this game.
Massive play from Shark to zone everyone on KOG from the Lord. And it's free for BP1. No 50-50s at hand. Now it's a push, not an evolved Lord though. KOG have some decent clear with the Paquito and the Claude.
18 minutes in. Although this is not an evolved Lord, but this is 18 minutes in. Death timers are really going to matter at this point, and A7 are just walking with this Lord. They have a huge advantage in their hands, but what can KOG do? Now they're going to group up. Now they're going to play as a team. But will A7 allow them to? Kaizen catches 3! Golden R! Stopping the other members from following up. But the final blow actually lands. Kaizen is nowhere to be found. KOG. No what ultimates are available. It's just buy-in.
They got consistent damage though. As long as Zia doesn't have Zaman Force, I don't think A7 can end.
Okay. They get to clear. They will be okay.
There you go.
Zaman Force gets used though once again. 33! Still alive. Shark though gets knocked up. Lantern Flare available again. All base turrets have been taken out. But Sid! We did not expect that Winter Crown Blazing do-hit combo from Payan and 33. They're saving this game for KOG.
Immortality with the Rose Gold. Payan gonna get taken down. Massive Raging Sandstorm.
All right, best player won. He's still alive. He's gonna be okay. A flicker from Kyle. Can he save this game? It seems like no. A7 take their first win here in the wild cards.
Match 1 was a warm-up. A7 needed that, and now they are on the board after such a long back-and-forth game. KOG suffer a defeat. Wow, LaFell, what do you think about that, man? Oh, what a game.
Well, even though we're wearing headsets, I can hear the groan coming in from KOG because even they're like, I really feel like that final attempt where Khalid goes in and 33 tries to follow up with the damage and then getting caught by the Fredrin killed the Paquito, making it so that they could not defend anymore. Maybe if the Paquito was able to get to the fountain, get a bit more HP, maybe they would have enough damage, enough time, enough HP to defend one more time. But this is one of those games where Alpha 7 win, but I wouldn't, like, there are some mistakes here and there, but I feel like it's more on Alpha 7 just outplaying what KOG has been doing. This is a good match, for the fact that both really showed that they tried very, very much. And then, like you said, a lot of hero moments coming in from both teams.
Shark, though. Shark took it all the way with those hero moments, man. The golden hour to zone, the golden hour to Steel Turtle.
To protect his own
to
team.
protect his own team from the Violet Requiem.
Yeah.
Shark had it all this game. Wow.
Yeah, and the way that there were just really some redemption plays all across the board, because it hasn't been the cleanest. I think Nats too, ever since the first game here, we didn't really expect this performance from him, I guess, but that was one play which definitely kept them in the game, if not actually handed them over the advantage. And on the other hand, it's quite sad to think that KOG just suffered their second loss in a row, because they have been such a team we were all watching out for too in Group A.
One of the favorites, yeah.
One of the favorites. KOG, unfortunately, though, I really feel like the panic settled in way too much. The desperation from KOG. How many times did we see a Violet Requiem, a Crimson Beacon, some of these big initiation tools, big fighting tools get used up before the fight even starts? 33, bad spot couple of times as well.
Yeah, I really feel like Zed as well as Kaizen didn't really make their presence known. In fact, they sometimes put themselves in a situation where the rest of the team is scrambling, trying to cover up for their mistake, and that is something that you don't want to see coming in from any of the mid trio, right? Especially Zed, where he should have been able to control and then give an opportunity for his team to fight back. But we also have to say 33 on his Paquito didn't contribute that much as well. He had some plays, but compared to world-class EXP laners, we expected more.
For sure, with the experience he had as well, right? And it's just the buffer. I really feel like the buffers, man, from Shark. Here especially, the way he just walked up right as the spatial migration landed, he couldn't, for KZ, pop the Violet Requiem instantly, and he had to just run away.
Yeah, I feel it's tough. I like this.
That should not have happened, by the way.
That should not have happened.
It's I don't know, because Kaizen's been doing majority of the shot calling too for his team. But then KOG, this lineup again, you mentioned it. There's not much hero synergy for the Guinevere as well. So
I feel like there would have been synergy if he was involved a lot in the early game, because at that point, you know, magic damage on the Gwyn, magic damage on the Zushin, there should be enough damage for you to actually make some plays that really, really matter. It's just about the tempo control coming in from KOG wasn't enough to really matter much against Alpha 7, especially because of the Marcel. The Marcel is such a tempo breaker to the point where, again, when you are a professional player, when you have very high, what you call it, response time, you know, reaction time, it being just slightly off feels a bit weird. But what's not weird is Eternal will be talking to Nats to ask about that game, because that was an intense game. So we would like to hear what Nats has to say about that game. So Eternal, off to you.
MSC 2022 champion. We finally get to see one another. It's so nice to see you, Nats. How are you doing?
I'm doing good right now.
Doing good. And I gotta say, that was one of the longer series that we've seen. And of course, you were unable to win your first best of one. So how were you able to reset coming into the second game?
First of all, after we lost in the first game, in the first match, we just review our game. And I think we didn't really perform our game style in first match, but now in game 2 we won, so I think we can continue it furthermore.
But how's the morale of the team so far? Is everything okay?
In the first match, it's not kind of okay, but now we won. I think we're gonna do better than the next match.
It's definitely a momentum boost for your team here. And of course, coming into this match, I think a lot of people have been missing you. We haven't seen you in quite some time, especially on the international stage. So how does it feel to come back here on the international, and of course come back as a symbolism, I would say, of the return of NA after being so absent?
When when we lost in the grand finals in our league in Amer, I feel sad that we didn't qualify for MSC, but still we have a chance, and I can really show my performance. We still have a chance. So now here in the wild card, all I can say is I feel great, and I feel excited that I'm here. I'm how do you say? Overwhelmed right now because I'm here playing again I really miss this so much. But yeah, that's it.
That's it? Okay. I mean, we've really missed you, and we're all really happy that you're back. So, final question before we let you go to, of course, prepare for your next matches. We do want to know, what do you think about this best of one format? Do you prefer a best of one, a best of three? What are the challenges in a best of one?
The thing is, best of one is really a tricky because they can like really pick a lot of poison heroes. So for me, I'll prefer best of three. So both teams could like really show their true game style.
Okay, so I think that's it for now. Thank you so much for being here, and of course, we hope we get to see you and of course talk to you once again here up on stage. So good luck for your next matches, and thank you. We're gonna throw it over now back to Lafel to break down what exactly happened, and of course, maybe talk about the next game that we're gonna have.
Thank you very much, Eterna and Nats. Yeah, no pressure. Talk about the next game.
No, she also just mentioned LaFell, so.
Next game is Hans against Nightmare, right? Nightmare, we've seen Alpha 7. They bounce back, able to get a bit of their original playstyle that they really want, which, as Nat say, in the best of three, able to really flourish on that one for best of one mistake, and that's it. There's no way for you to claw back, right? So, up next, it is going to be Hans going up against Nightmare, which, by the way, Hans is also looking pretty good. They also have used the Harara, so I don't know. Alpha 7 was able to come back. Do you think that Nightmare could do the same?
Keep it simple. They got to get down to business to defeat the Huns.
Ooh, it's that's tough though. It's the Huns who have been.
I
on
would
the
put a
2-0
jingle
streak,
behind that, but yeah.
Yeah. 2-0. 2-0 is the record for the Huns, so.
Hey, Hans is looking pretty good. Alpha 7 as well as KOG, that was a good match. But for now, we'll be going over to a break. After this, Hans against Nightmare. Can Nightmare come back? We don't know. We'll see after the break.
Play is in our DNA. Whenever we let it out, it becomes our superpower. Now imagine an entire city being built to supercharge it. Kadir City, powered by play.
Let's get down to business because we're here at the EWC 26. Mobile Legends Bang Bang Wildcards. Alpha 7, they're able to make a comeback. But now, Nightmare, can they do the same? This time, going up against the Huns, where they got still meta there. Looking pretty good in the jungle. My name is Afel. Alongside with me is Mirko as well as Brigida.
What's up with the hand?
I wanted to shake your hand because you're doing play-by-play for this one, so... Or should I not let them know?
No, they
Right?
should figure out
This-
in the game, bro.
This Color Brigida.
Hello, Brigida.
Dictator Brigida.
Ah,
I mean, that could be you, you know?
Yeah, could be your thing.
Don't you want a villain era? Like, everyone keeps saying you're nice, you're bubbly, you're wonderful. Don't you feel like one day just act like a queen?
is a queen a villain?
Some.
Some.
Have you not seen Disney? Anyways, right now we are looking at the player arrivals here. Huns, again, like Brigida, you've mentioned, they've been having quite a good streak here,
They've had
especially
amazing streak,
still meta, man. Showing up with Harara, showing up
Yeah.
with the Fredrin, so he can go both ways.
The Fredrin is still meta. The Hirara is kind of like it's a statement for him. Still
It's-
meta, bro.
Still experimenting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I gotta go from still meta to Bankai because I think the main star of this team is Bankai, bro. On that Arlet, he really popped off, carried his team, and I think even when still meta was on the Fredrin, it just came down to the XP also carrying his own weight, doing a really good job.
Yeah.
And right now, I think that's where Nightmare's roster will have some trouble because Juviana was doing a good job in lane. Now, what will happen if Juviana doesn't have a good job, if he gets capped by Bankai in lane?
Yeah, because at least based on their first game, that quote-unquote in lane has been just for maybe like the first 2 waves.
Yeah.
And afterwards, it's been a bit questionable from Juviana in terms of his decisions and the way that he's decided to just partake in the fights. But overall, it's Nightmare who hopefully, again, are just experiencing the Game 1 jitters because the Huns, we've seen much of how, yes, Bankai and the rest of the members have really performed well, but also even for more on the Youngbloods. Yuki, as a 17-year-old, really making a statement as a gold laner here so far. I think that Moskov, we really have to pay attention to that.
I feel like going into the head of Juviana, I feel like in those situations, what he was thinking of doing is just to open up the map just a little bit, right? Zone them out a bit. The problem is that he was on an Arlet and he wasn't really prepared to actually dash out. Like sometimes you panic, you press the Vengeance too much and then just go back in. But now we're jumping straight to the draft here. Huns first pick and a Nightmare on the second one. Ovia's Eve as well as Baxia banned out by the Huns. And then for Nightmare, betting out the Harara. Freya as well as the Paquito. And that was Lucian first pick.
Is this not deja vu? Juicing first pick into a Kai Arlet?
Do we want that?
Nah, maybe they'll Akai. Oh, but
The difference is Phoveus has been banned out. So,
But-
it makes sense for Nightmare to do it. There you go, hey.
Yeah, because I was about to say...
Marcel.
Because I was about to say you do not want to give Bankai the Arlet with a Zushin already prime and ready.
Yeah.
But again, we can see the Alice, and the Alice still going to be pretty strong against the Arlet, even against the Marcel. Like, Marcel just doesn't like the fighter types, because what Marcel wants to do is he touches you, and he goes away. But a fighter, he touches you back harder.
Exactly, and there's a good fighter that really wants to stick on you. Yuzong, very good against the Arlet as well. They go for the Claude, but what do they pair this up with? They have a Claude Juicin. I think it's kind of... They're kind of forced to just go for a jungle, right? Unless they want to
Fredrin or
still
Akai.
meta later.
Yeah. Fredrin or Akai, just to get either or, because if not, it's going to get
They
banned out.
snatch it away, yeah.
So this one, it should be a Fredrin and then just ban out later roamers, I guess?
Yeah,
Or
I mean-
EXPs that ban out the Alice, ban out the Yuzons, and
I
then it should be
agree.
good.
I like that. I like that for Nightmare especially because they have a Fredrin and the Yuzong can be very annoying to deal with for the Fredrin and the Arlet.
Yeah, and it's great. The Huns still have like a lot of ways to deal with the Arlet, as you guys have mentioned, but the Nightmare might want to take out some of that. Because I feel like...
Yuzong Alice, it's not a difficult ban, no?
Yeah,
Yep.
there you go.
Nice Yuzong ban. Knowing the Huns though, I'd rather have Bankai on a damage dealer.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
maybe the Lapu Lapu, something that Nightmare might want to take away over the Alice.
Banning out the Hive here, so it's like
Interesting. Even though they have an Akai.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they even... Well, they banned the Eve.
I think they were
and
they were thinking of either Eve or
Yeah.
Hive, and they're like, we have counters for both. And it's like, you know, do we really need to think that hard?
The Eve is banned, yeah.
Gord gets banned out. Combo with the Fredrin. And the Mathilda for Nightmare.
But that does mean that the Alice would be open. But then maybe the damage wouldn't be too much.
Yep.
So Gord banned out.
The carry's still there if they just really wanna
Red.
and make sure that it'll be a bit more iffy.
I think the safer choice would still be the Moskov.
Yeah. And you
The problem with the Moskov is kind of like a choke. Either you know how to use the hero or not, you know?
What are you implying here?
no
Well,
We
no,
played with the
you're
Cho
saying
earlier.
Nomad is like oh
Dude, my Cho player just now was amazing. Okay,
Hey.
I don't know what you're talking
Okay.
about.
Okay.
Like my KDA was so good because that Cho player did
took
their
all the deaths
job.
for you.
Well, the Cho player just walked in my lane and died 2 times. So I don't know about that, bro. I think I could have avoided death there.
Hey, she left me alone, so I was okay.
Okay.
Why did you say she?
Oh, sorry.
Now it's more obvious.
Dude,
Oh,
now people know
God.
it's Eterna.
Oh,
yeah. Okay.
Valentina gets banned out. Picked up by Nightmare. They're taking away the heavy spin. That's a good Valen. I didn't get a good Valen in the previous game, and that's a glue. And the Lapu Lapu as expected.
Okay.
Yeah, but this means that if they pick up a carry, that's a pretty good counter against the glue.
Yeah, could be. But if the glue mounts on the Fredrin and you hit the Fredrin, and you know, it's kind of like, oh man,
It's the Fredrin's fault.
Fredrin's fault.
Yeah.
I still think Moskov, especially because you're up against the glue, just slamming down. Spear of Misery,
Spear of Misery.
bang.
If you can use it, I don't mind.
Nomad, can you use it?
If not, Obsidia.
Hey, we did say you feel like Nomad had spectacular mechanics based on the interview.
Yeah, but you know, jet lag, jet lag.
Okay.
First game,
And then
jitters.
there you go, the carry, just to deal with the glue. Simple and easy. If Fredrin gets caught, it's kind of on him, no? But with that being said, looking at the pick and bans here, I think it's pretty solid from both teams. I think there's pretty clear winning conditions. For Nightmare, they kind of want to fight, so they got to fight pretty well. And then for Hans, they almost kind of have a drive that can fight at any moment of the game, especially if the Claw gets a good laning phase. So with that, Mirko as well as Brigida, good luck for Hans against Nightmare.
Okay. We will be getting down to business as we head into the 4th best of 1 of today. We are watching out for whether or not Nightmare eventually bounces back, because it's going to be a tough task. They're up against a 2-0 team, which are the Huns, based off their runs yesterday.
A lot of good questions that you raised. For me, it's just as simple as, have they gotten down to business or not?
We are seeing utility matchups in the jungle all over again. Even though we did see a bit more spice yesterday because teams are catching up. They definitely do not want to hand over the Hirara to the Mongolian teams anymore. We've seen it priority banned in the draft earlier on. And taking a quick look at the emblems just now, there doesn't seem to be much difference.
Oh, Nomad! You
Oh.
can't be doing that. Oh my, Nomad! You can't be doing that, brother.
Still has regen, but
You have to be
it's very-
swift as a coursing river, bro. You cannot be doing this.
Yes, it's...
That was a force of a great typhoon by Yuki, for sure.
Okay. He will probably have to recall if he still keeps this up. Unless he just plays it extra safe. Okay, but now let's take a look at the EXP lane. This is an Arlot up against the Lapu, who flickers out just now.
I mean, at least he's swift as a coursing river there. He saw the move and he just flickered, right? So, okay, let's take a look at the tempo. Who has tempo right now? I think it's good for the Huns.
Okay. Bankai here. The see will be... This is, okay. OU on the glue, we did mention earlier on that it is going to be one of the things that'll pose a potential threat to the Fredrin. So let's see if that eventually happens, because we are approaching the first hurdle and they are setting their eyes on the Arlot.
Yep. No flicker on the Arlot. Bankai trying to rotate over. It's going to be the XP crab taken by Still Meta. Bankai trying to get level 4. OU helping him out, but Bankai's actually quite a bit behind. I don't think he's going to get level 4. Juviana doing a good job zoning him. And that's one of the Huns' main weapons out of the fight.
Kenny's already low.
Yep. A big slam as well. Kenny able to go for the Crimson Beacon now. Bankai in the bottom lane, getting level 4 in time. Is still meta. Is able to get the headbutt, but he's going to get stunned up. Now the heavy spin. Joviana caught in the bad spot. Heavy spin takes him out for a bit. Bankai going to look for the stun. Can he go in time? Oh, you splashed by the damage. I did. Picks up first blood, and now it's a big bonk, but Bankai gets away in time, and Nightmare should be able to get this turtle for free, but Yuki has gotten a few good hits on that turret up top.
Yeah, okay. Number one, definitely Bankai. Not immediately picking up that level 4.
Oi!
Did so much. Still Meta still gets it. But going back, that was really great response from Nightmare. They were able to position themselves well enough. The formation wasn't broken. 3-man energy eruption, making sure that the other members of Nightmare had enough space to work with Bankai.
Oh, Bankai! He ults in place, couldn't get out. I'm so sorry for complimenting you, Bankai. Fredrin, Lexi, it was too easy for him.
He probably wanted to use it the other way. Or he bumped into the wall. I just really would like to think that it should have been away from Nightmare at that moment. But yeah, that's a kill over to too easy for Lexi. And so far, they have the better start. This is where we're starting to see the snowball. 1.2k up ahead. And this is looking like all the conditions that are necessary for at least Nomad to come online, because we failed to see that earlier on, but it's different this time. On a utility jungler who has created this much space and secure the first objective, this is a much better start for Nightmare.
This is the start that they would have wanted to their first match, but yeah. Better late than never, always. Jasmine doing a good job as well. Zoning people in the back as Nomad finally gets a space, but hold on. It's a base, still meta with a heavy spin, straight into the Raging Slashes. Juviana taken out in the bottom lane by Bankai and still meta.
Okay. That's a combo, not from the Arlot Akai, but from the Labu Akai, which you really wanted to see. And they successfully make it work. Nomad steals away the gold crab. But at least for now, Nightmare, they're not really allowing for the Huns to really convert into much. They're still keeping the river control in check, and I think Jasmine has such a huge role to play as to why they're still able to at least manage and get the necessary info and eventually rotate to wherever they really want. But now...
Bankai caught twice with the Fredrin now. It's going to be Ida with the rotation as well. Bankai flickers out, Raging. Oh, just the Bravest Fighter, sorry. No Raging Slash.
Okay. That was, I think, the animation got a bit confused as well because they were trying to hold him down. Now it's a change of target.
I don't know about saying that, Bush. Still, Meta gets a pin down on Idid, but he needs to escape. He's too low.
Yeah.
Nightmare will get this for free. A conceal up top on Yuki as well. He gets a quick picture of him, but this will be a trade with a bottom lane. Oh no, Juviana! Bad habits die hard!
Oh.
You're not, what? I think he was confused. You can steal the ult, but I don't think you can steal the tanky items of an Akai.
Okay. Despite all that though, Jasmine, with that conceal play, forced a reaction out of not just Yuki, but even Oyu. So none of the members of the Huns were actually able to get ready for that turtle, but then, too easy for Lexi, has to let go of this purple buff. And still Meta will secure it for themselves, but going back, yes, after that supposedly clean approach to securing the objective, Nightmare went in one by one and had some questionable decisions. I think they really need to keep it tight if they really want to secure and maintain this lead. And now it's Bankai, who they eventually found down bottom.
These are very awkward fights happening across the map, man. Like, overextensions, disrespectful from Juviana in a 2v1. Bankai with no one on the map as well, walking up way too aggressive.
I don't know. I think it has something to do with the EXP lane today. Like majority of the matchups.
Yeah.
I think it's not just even the matchups. It's the micros.
How do you know so much about XP matchups, though?
No, it's just based on what we're seeing today.
Right.
Right? Like, we're expecting so much of the macro to come into play, but then a lot of times we're just focused on seeing the 1v1s, and I don't know if that's the way they really want to go. So now it's a relatively smaller lead that Nightmare has in their hands compared to earlier, because again, we've seen a couple slip-ups from their side. But still, this is the last objective. They're in position first. And let's see if the Huns would like to contest. They're at least the same level for both junglers.
It's back to a slow game, 3-3. This is very Filipino, right? PH games, very
Yeah.
slow, just playing it simple. Nightmare walking up. It's actually prio for Oyu up top. Holding on the turtle, delays it for a bit, but too easy for Lexi. He's on it now, and Bankai has space going. Oyu with a... Oh, he just goes straight in for it. Good heavy spin in the retreat from Still. Meta actually takes it away from too easy for Lexi, despite the heavy spin from Idid. Now in the mid lane is going to be Juviana, caught by Yuki as he goes in for the Blazing Duet. Bankai taken down, Still Meta also taken out by Nomad on a double. Oyu wants to get on top of him. The mount comes around. They don't need to hit him. Oyu gets brought into the turret. It's a triple kill for Nomad. Yuki doing a good damage. Kenny picks up a kill on too easy for Lexi as Nightmare is caught in the Crimson Beacon now. Final moment catching him now. Kenny gets a double, but it's without the Sky Piercer. Only now does he get it.
I initially thought that would have been the wisest decision for the Huns to still go for the fight despite losing 2 of their members already, but them catching up actually equalize the trade somehow. Now it's less than a 500 gold lead in the hands of Nightmare, and even without Oyu nor Still Meta, I think it's just fine. They have all their damage dealers still intact, and the fact that Idid was also gone and taken out really hurts Nightmare and the kind of rotation that they still want to pull off from this point onwards. Now taking a quick look at the equipment again. The junglers, the gold laners, they're all very, very close. So we're seeing just a matter of back and forth and the need to just really polish these errors that we're seeing, because I think it's just majority that gets punished for both of these teams.
It's so rough. Nightmare. Like, they did everything well. They controlled the turtle. They had a Fredgen. They had Idid with a heavy spin, but Still Meta brute forcing his way into the turtle, just like he brute forces his way into the meta with a lot of the non-meta picks. Yuki's been doing a phenomenal job as well, man. Yuki, Kenny.
Yeah.
Hold on. Too easy for Lexi, getting a bit of poke. Yuki finally hits the 3-atom power spike, and I think Nomad gets there at the same time up top of the 1v1.
Again.
Bankai versus Juviana. Bankai, no ultimate. He's just going to go for the fight as the Mountdown comes around, as well as Jasmine is able to escape. Too easy for Lexi now. Caught on the slam and a pass, immobilized a bit. Bankai still fighting. Has to flicker out. Jasmine catches them in the golden hour. Yuki with the BMI backwards now as Juviana tries to go in, but Nomad has forced out the heavy spin. Final slash catching Yuki, but he's able to flicker out in time with the Blazing Duet as well. And it's Juviana that respects the Lantern Flare of Kenny by flickering out.
The team fights feel very staggered, or it's like they're not fully breaking out. They're not really committing. It's like they're dancing between wanting to just really fight and not. And I think Nightmare, in that particular instance, the fact that Idid really couldn't get much value out of the ultimates that he steals away, that was a defensive heavy spin that we got to see from him. So majority of the damage is just really coming in from Nomad, which currently is bursting the Lord!
Oh, Bankai's getting bursted as well! He goes for the raging slash. This is not enough, though. He gets bursted down by Nomad. Final slash from Juviana! Yuki gets caught in the midst of it all, and Nomad's just free hitting. Double for him. The Huns are forced back away. Nightmare win the fight and the neutral objective.
Wild card is so unpredictable. Group B is so unpredictable. Now it's Nightmare taking the lead up against the Huns and pushing forward. Together with the Lord, they just left it down bottom and they're taking out as much outer turrets!
Final slash again from Juviana! Gets both Still Meta and Kenny straight into Nomad. 7-0-0. Call him Bond James.
Let's forget about game number 1. This is also Nightmare's official game 1. Just look at this performance that you're seeing individually. Nomad on a 7-0 stat line, and them taking out almost all the energy shields together with the Lord. Nightmare has solidified the lead. Oh, they're going in!
Hold on, Juviana. He's gotta take a chill pill. He's gone in again with the final slash. He might be caught. Juviana all alone in the midst of it all. Jumps all around. The golden hour saves him. Bankai walks over with a raging... Never mind. The raging slashes could not come through. Nomad is going to go through all of it. Still Meta gets away. Barely Nomad with the flicker in. And the win of nature. But Yuki gets out with the BMI. Now Idid with a splash of damage. Huns looking to go in. Idid with a heavy spin. That's a good frozen moment by Jasmine. And it will be a disengage for Nightmare.
Imagine Juviana still walking out alive after all of that. And now he's back. He didn't even need to recall. He just took some time off, regained some of his HP back, and the Huns, they felt very desperate to just really take that kill, but Nightmare, with the presence of the Golden Hour, still are able to stop them from really finishing him off. The Huns, at least for now, are able to somehow move outside the map, but that's 39 Thunderbelt stacks for Jasmine.
How much does it get to a point where you're like, okay, I don't want to play against this Marcel anymore? How many stacks does it take?
How many stacks did I get?
Today?
Yeah, I was thinking.
Did you get Thunderbelt today?
I got a Thunderbelt earlier today, but then that's not a Marcel. And at least for this point, just look at how safe Nomad feels in this game. I think that's also one of the biggest differences here.
Guys, really good juke out of the Golden Hour, but now he's caught all alone. Oh, you're going to go for the Mount Down on Nomad as well. This is a very staggered fight, and Yuki has done a good job. Oh no, Nightmare went too far. I did. Flickers in. He gets a kill, but I don't know if that's worth it. 2 for 2 in the end.
Yuki was the other casualty, though. I think that hurt the Huns a lot.
Oh god, he's just gonna have to take it. Panda Man! What?
Okay. I could hear the...
Way too aggressive. He just walked up knowing that 2 members were down, and now it's good for Nightmare. This is free.
Very good for them. They'll definitely get to just burst this down. I wonder how it came to a point where it got that split up. Like, it was just Oyu chasing after Nomad. The backup wasn't really there. The follow-up wasn't really there. And Nightmare just the same. Even if it's Juviana that they lost, I don't think that would really hurt them. So now it's a Lord. The base is wide open. Nightmare Esports, they're just this close to potentially putting an end to that win streak for the Huns.
The Huns have looked fantastic throughout the wildcard, at least day number 1. But day number 2, Nightmare. They went through that training, man. That montage with a little jingle on it. They got down to business.
Yep. Yuki can deal with the Lord. It's not gonna stay for long. Oh, final touch on Bankai.
But it's responded over by a Bravest fighter. Still Meta doing a good job with the red tree as well. Clearing out the wave up top. Now into the mid lane they go. No Bravest Spider. Jasmine going through all of them, collecting so many Thunderbelt stacks. Big final slash. But Oyu's able to get the pass in time, and Nomad has already used the ultimate. I did with a splash of damage. Jasmine trying to go for the turret. Doesn't deal enough damage to take it down, and it will just be the base turret down below that falls for the Huns.
Okay, really great wave clear that we're seeing from the Huns here.
Gun for Yuki.
Electric gun picked up for Yuki, and again, one of the standout players too. But Nightmare, they're not really leaving this place. They just want to keep pressuring the Huns.
Wait a second, this could be a mount down for Oyu. Big bonk, Yuki with a good sidestep away from it. Jasmine walks up on the Marcel, as annoying as ever. Yuki tries to bait it a bit more. Very risky moves, Aiden. With a splash of damage again, has the heavy spin, goes for the pin down on Yuki. That's gonna be the heavy spin coming down as well from Still Meta. A big fight, Nomad already with the ultimate going in. Now Oyu trying to get a mount down onto 2, easy for Lexi. Juviana doing a good job, but now might have to use his flicker. He gets thrown back by the Lantern Flare. No one there to follow it up. A wave up top. All they need is 1 hit on the turret, but they are able to keep it alive as Juviana goes for the final slash. Golden Hour catches Kenny. Oyu trying his best to get that mount, but the private patties just ain't full.
The back and forth. It took that long with no casualties at all. It seemed as if somehow it could have been a very dangerous spot for the Huns, especially as it was Yuki who got pinned down. But then Bankai also being there, it seemed like there were just so many targets that were available for Nightmare. So I think they also got kind of split up. They just couldn't really find what to focus on in that scenario. But this is a 9-0-1 carry of Nomad we're talking about right now. What do we have the highest record of kills already so far?
That's a good question. We might have to double check.
Or could this be the one? That's something we will be double checking for later. But so far, I don't know, like it's looking like such a perfect KDA. It's 9
Oi.
kills.
Oh my god, he goes in. That's a bombastic move, but he actually gets a mount down on Nomad. He brings him all the way. Body cover the fall off. The golden hour saves him for just a bit. Yuki with the lazy into the back line right now, and they can't rid of Nomad. It's already the immortality popped in as he flickers out the safety, and now it's going to be Yuki and Kenny who gets to shut down the Huns. They wanted to come back fashion against VSG. Now it's a triple for Kenny. A maniac for Kenny. He's going to go on Jasmine. Jasmine dashes away, and Kenny will have to be happy with a maniac. But the Huns are back in the game.
That was so close to being another Juicin Savage. First was from Psyche, but this is a maniac that you're seeing from
God.
Kenny. They're just pushing forward. They don't care about the minion waves.
It's Marcel, Nightmare, Jasmine with the mini waves. Now still meta into the base already. Jasmine trying to delay as much as he can. 7 seconds on Nomad. Kenny gets his unofficial Savage. 3 seconds for Nomad. There is no way for him to respawn in time. They got the minions, they got the fight, and they got the comeback again.
The Huns have pulled through even though it looked so close.
Wow.
For Nightmare eventually sealing the deal. They were just minions away, a base turret away. But the Huns still emerge victorious. 3-0 for them this time. And we've been having very long games today, right, LaFell?
Yeah, I mean, like, how does Hans keep getting away with this? This is like what, their second comeback victory, where again it looks very, very bleak. It looks like, all right, this might be over. There's nothing that they can do. The first time it was Yuki on a Moscow, right? Now is the Zushin.
Yeah.
But Kenny getting that maniac and eventually getting the final kill, but still.
Wow.
Having good games. Long games, but good games.
The Huns, man. The Huns.
Can I just really like point out that last glue play too from
OU. Oh my god, bro. Getting hot in here. OU.
By the way, talking
crazy
about
play.
highest kill, it was actually from another Mongolian, Zexora. I believe it was 11 or 12 kills on the Harara. With 11 or 12 assists.
And okay, and that was a win, right?
That was a win.
This one's a loss.
Yeah.
No.
With that being said, we got to talk about this game, and I really feel like the Huns, they just have that clutch factor, man.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's one thing to win, it's one thing to come back, but somehow someone will step up just enough to turn an impossible situation become winnable.
And Kenny with Yuki were the two dudes here, right? Fantastic. Bankai, I'm sorry for complimenting you. I will.
Yeah.
I learned. It's okay.
Cassacurs we are world class Cassacursors.
Yep. Look, it's like Bankai just gets shredded down. He did a good job zoning, but all these fights have just been good for Nightmare. Juviata was actually the one gapping Bankai in this game, but like you said, LaFell, Huns, every time someone does a mistake, the others step up, and this game, it was OU on the glue.
Yep.
Wow.
That looked like it could have been a misplay. It's like a very risky play to go for.
Wow.
I mean,
But wow.
I mean, like, again, here's the thing. It really does look like, when it comes to the Huns, one thing that we can say is that they can adjust mid-game, right? Some teams, they just can't get back on their feet, right? They're having a rough start in the mid-game. They try to do something, but then they just couldn't really recover. When it comes to the Huns, it looks like, give it enough time, they'll figure something out, and then they can play around it. So honestly, brilliant performance coming in from the Huns, and honestly, brilliant performance coming in from Mongolia as a whole, right? Mongols had a bad game one, but then that's it. That's the only one. And then Huns, even during the game, it looks bad. They somehow make it work.
Yeah. And they influence so much of the draft as well.
Such a downloady country, right?
Mongolians love to download, man. They take a few games, just settle in, you know, a couple of minutes in game as well to be like, oh, so this is how they play. Then, for some reason, they're able to just switch from first gear to sixth gear in that fight. I really think the Moskov would have helped them in that situation against the glue, bro.
I mean, like, the carry was pretty strong.
It
too.
was.
Really
It
good.
was.
Yeah, because again, he had over 9 kills. It really
He was Bond James for a second.
It was Bond James. I was super confused.
7-0, man.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, in that kind of game, still Nightmare hasn't gotten a win. But at least we can say they got into a certain form, right?
Yeah.
And again, it's not like they're gonna get eliminated. It's just that at this point, they just need to get their reps in, which they are. So by game number 3, I think they're really locked in at that point. After this, Alpha 7 will be playing against FUT. So we'll see whether them rising up will be enough to go up against FUT. Because Foot Gaming so far is Foot Esports looking a bit too strong.
Yeah. And I think Nightmare are going to have a tough time in their last series today as well, because that's Falcons Mena. I think they will definitely want to get revenge from what happened yesterday too. Want to keep that best-of-1 streak going. And considering what they've shown here, I think it will be a really good fight too. Like against Falcons Mena, Nightmare Esports, that's a match I'll be looking forward to seeing.
Yeah. Again, we could talk a lot about the comeback of Hans. Looks like we are preparing the interview, which, by the way, thank you very much for you guys for handling the 4 first best of ones. Don't worry, I can handle the rest as well. You know, after this,
We'll leave it to you, man.
Gideon as well as Nice will be helping me out. So I hope since you guys had the long games,
It's the opposite.
it's gonna be the opposite. But for now, we'll be throwing it over to Eterna to talk with the Huns, because that was an amazing comeback. How did that happen?
Thank you so much, guys. It's Eterna here with, of course, OU from the Hans. We finally get to talk to him for just a little bit, and I think we do want to ask that follow-up question that LaFell throwed out earlier. That was an amazing comeback. How did that happen?
I think it was mainly focused on our drafts. I think because like we had the cloud. Yeah.
Okay, so it was the Claude pick, was it? Is that what you're trying to say? Okay, so the Claude pick was one of the main factors, and if we're talking about the drafts, it's okay, calm down. I think he's still overheating from that amazing game. We saw that, we do now see that there's a respect ban towards Hirara for still meta. What do you think about that?
I have no idea. I think the other teams. I just think the other teams can't play against Hirara. I think that's why.
Okay, so they haven't found a way around the Hirara. That's why they always try to ban it out. Okay, so congratulations though on this victory, because now you are going to be heading towards the next stage of the wild card. So I don't think we're going to be seeing you play up until maybe day 4. So what is that preparation like coming into that best of 3?
Maybe more scrims and more. Yeah. It's just that.
Okay, so they're gonna scrim more, they're gonna prepare more. Why are you so nervous? What's going on?
I started when I speak, so I'm kinda.
It's not because of me, right? We're okay, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're okay. I just had to make sure. Okay, so who do you think you are gonna be facing, and who do you want to be facing here in the wildcards? Who do you think is as strong as you that you want to face?
Mongols and Foot Esports.
Okay, Mongols and Foot Esports. All right. Thank you so much for this interview, and congratulations once again. Hope I get to see you again, because we are going to throw it over back to LaFell and friends. Bye-bye, guys.
It's LaFell and friends, and Eterna, you make us nervous, man. But shout out to you. You're an amazing interviewer. A lot of charisma coming off of Eterna. She make us nervous.
At this point, bro, Eterna might be Mongolian team's #1 public enemy. Right? It's the Huns, and then yesterday a handshake. There's something going
You
on
want to get
right
on
now.
stage? Come on, look
Hey,
at Eterna.
hey.
She's lovely. Come on.
Yeah.
#1 Mongolian enemy.
For some reason, man, there's just
Something about her.
like whenever they're
Maybe
on stage
that's
with
why.
Eterna, they're like,
Maybe that's why it's like, no handshake. No,
Maybe.
it's like, no handshake.
maybe
no handshake.
OU was like, yeah. Last time I saw my my countryman get ignored by you when he went for the handshake.
So he's just like,
Yeah.
I learned from others' mistakes. Speaking of, again, thank you very much, guys, for handling the.
I just tried it. I just wanted to try it. I just tried it.
This is why I say she has to go through a villain arc.
Dictator.
Because
Brigida.
she's been so nice, I didn't thought she would do it to me. I expect that from you.
Yeah. I expected that. That's why. I also expected it just from me,
Yeah.
but she did it, and I was like, wow, that just happened in front of my eyes.
Thank you, Mirko. I'll see you after this, but for now, we're going for a break. After this, it's going to be nice as well as getting cute that will accompany me for the other 4 matches. So we see you guys right after this break.
Play is in our DNA. Whenever we let it out, it becomes our superpower. Now imagine an entire city being built to supercharge it. Kadir City, powered by play.
The human body was built to move. Not trapped at a desk in one singular posture for 12 hours a day. It's time your chair evolved. This is Secret Lab Titan Evo. Ergonomically engineered for you. Gamers, hybrid workers, artists. Backing your every move.
We were there. For every click, every clutch, every respawn. We were there for the years of grind. And we're here. Now. The proud founding partner of EWC. Powering the biggest event in gaming. Shoulder to shoulder with the world's best. Making history. Greatness deserves a stage. Lenovo Legion. Reach your impossible.
And right now we're jumping into game number 5, where honestly the stakes are higher for both teams as we're about to set up for this one, because for Alpha 77, for now, if they win this match, they have eliminated VSG. And for Food Esports, if they win this one, they secure top spot of Group A. Welcome to the EWC 26 here in the Mobile Legends Bang Bang Wildcard. My name is Afel. Alongside me this time is Gideon Q as well as Naisu. This time we've seen Merkel and Brigitte having longer games. So, okay, a bit of fairness. So, hey, we'll see. I think we're still going to be having longer games though, but if we have short ones, we can complain.
Stop. Don't jinx it just yet. I think that me and Naisu here, we're ready to have a pretty short day, and we also want to figure out whether or not we're going to see that number 1 spot from each of the groups. Because again, it's pretty high stakes. If you get number 1 spot in the groups, you just get to chill.
You get to chill. I think also a lot of people are waiting to see Alpha 7 play. And, you know, it's hard to call them either. I still call them Area 77.
Yeah,
like Area 77. Alpha 7 is here finally to play their 1-1 right now. And can they stop the streak that Foot Esports has been on? I mean, they've been very dominant, very strong lately in their previous 2 games.
Yeah. Here's the thing. If I believe if you're number 1 Group A, you'll be fighting against number 2 of Group B. Number 3 will fight number 4, you know, et cetera, et cetera. But for now, it's really on Alpha 7 because... Again, VSG is going to be watching, and they're hoping that they're hoping that was the last win for Alpha 7, and it was a bit of a struggle. But we have seen micro brilliances coming in from Alpha 7, but with that, we also see some mistakes. One of the biggest, I would say, win conditions for them actually was securing the Marcel for Shark. So I think that is something that Food Esports have to be careful of.
Well, I think that this entire tournament, the 2 big standouts that we've seen, well, one is big, the other one's not so much, is supports. They have been phenomenal in wildcards. I don't think we've seen like an awful support just yet, but we've definitely seen some hit or misses when it comes down to
Minotaur.
the EXP. Oh, okay, that's less on the player and more of the hero.
No, I want him to work, man.
I want him to work. I love
want him to
Minotaur.
work. You know, let the Minotaur work.
But you know what's funny?
What's funny?
Just now, me, Mirko, Brig, we were in rank, and we fought against Minotaur.
Just
Rogue.
now?
Yeah. And then, even the opponent's like, report Minotaur. I'm like, bro, it's not his fault. What can he do?
What is wrong? What is that? What is the hate for Minotaur?
I don't know.
He's one of my most played roams.
Same.
And I've got a pretty good win rate on him.
I don't know. We'll see whether or not we might actually see it again, because we're looking at that Foot roster. I'm excited to see something new from them, whether it be Minotaur, maybe something else along those lines.
Not Florin.
Not Florin.
Not
Dear
Florin.
God.
I do not want that in my rank games.
Me neither.
On the opposing side.
On the opposing side. You know, but I think not just the roams, because I think yesterday we talked about the impact of the XP laners right now, and I feel like that has been an apparent difference in a lot of the teams is the XP lanes, their performances, what they're able to do. There's been a whole lot of Claude, too. That just hasn't been the usual of what we've seen in terms of, like, Claude performances. There's been some questionable BMIs and Blaze and Duet combinations, but hey, maybe this is the time in these last 4 matches of day 2 where things kind of change here.
Yeah, the appearance is warranted. The performance is the one that's lacking a little bit. Looking at Alpha 7 as well, again, Shark played phenomenally, but we still have to question a little bit on best player, because in the objective that he secured, Shark and Nas basically made sure that it's not a 50-50, right? It's it's 100%. Those who just zone everyone out so that it's not going to get contested as well. But again, this is just the thing that you have to get used to as an assassin jungler transitioning into a tank.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to be easy, but I also want to highlight that as much as the support system of Nats and Shark is there to help, I think that Shark, standout player with his game IQ in terms of his timings of turning around fights. The one that I'm going to be a little critical on, because he's got the most important role, Cold World. He ended that game 8-1. He was looking so good. That one death costed them 4 extra minutes into that game. So I'm really looking to hopefully he plays a perfect game, and this should be a sweep. But then again, that's just me.
Hey, you know what? I think a lot of people share their sentiments when it comes to Alpha 7. Again, they've seen 2 games now, sitting at 1-1, and yes, Shark, we called it when we were watching it in the talent room. We're like, oh, dude, it comes down to this one big ultimate from Shark, and it happened right on the dot. So I'm just thinking, hopefully they've had enough to kind of shake things off, because they, you know, they got the 1 game warm-up they needed.
But we got to talk about our opponents for the esports. Number 1, First Savage, game number 1,
That's true.
already set a tone. And the other thing is, they haven't had a hard game. They haven't really been challenged. Like, all the wins so far is just kind of like, We're just doing our thing.
I totally agree with you. I think that Foot has had a comfortable experience. Obviously, there's some like a little bit of resistance here and there, but the most important thing is that their fundamentals are strong. Their players have the mechanics, and so far they haven't been punished for any of the smaller details in the game.
Yeah, the wild card is in that it's that environment, right? Some teams are going to have more challenging opponents than others, but one thing that's for sure already that we've seen today is the development from day one. There's a lot of information and data you can get from one day of 8 best of ones, and we've seen that be the course here already. Even the draft itself, as we're about to jump into the draft here for this one, you've seen the changes. Priority for certain teams have shifted a little bit. Some of the options of what kind of jungler you want to pick up maybe hasn't changed too much because there's still some really dominant ones to consider, but off of one day and now almost halfway, or we are halfway through day 2 of the wild cards, things are falling into place for this wild card meta, as we call it.
After watching every single game, I feel like Foot Esports, they are main stage ready. So if Alpha 7 is able to beat them, then they clearly deserve to make it through out of Group A. But, that it's unfortunate, but one team will be eliminated. So now, if we're talking about the bans, picks and bans, so far Nats has been using the Early as well as Benedetta, and especially for me, not the best performance so far. It's okay, especially on that Benedetta, a few redeeming plays, but we'll see how it shapes out. Right now, looks like Alpha 7 will be on the first pick, Foot on the second pick, and then Foot banning out the Paquito as well as the Marcel, and then instantly ban out the tanks here, Baxia as well as Akai.
The thing that is the best of one, so far, I think that A7 is following a very similar pattern to how they've been drafting their past 2 games here, and I think they just want to be able to have options open for not only Nats, but maybe even for best player if there's only one tank available.
Yeah, not just that, but depending on, priority, like we've seen for A7 has really been the XP lane. I don't know if that's actually going to change on this one. They do ban out the Eve.
I think they want the Fredrin, but if they ban the Fredrin, Freya's going to be left open.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
No matter what, going to be a powerful pick in the hands of the blue side. Whether it goes into Nats is going to be a very different story, but I think that Freya, it's a good flex pick no matter what. That's something that Foot has to decide upon.
I think it has to be banned. Just deal with the Fredrin, right? Deal with the Fredrin, try to counter with either Gord,
carry,
stuff like that, yeah.
That's a hard decision right now for Foot. Again, if they do just kind of let that Fredrin slip through, then you have plenty of tools to deal with it. And having those first 2 picks on that red side can already help that. They're actually going to take out the Atlas.
Very smart.
Very smart, yeah.
Because that means they're going to have access to Zushin. So no matter what A7 does, they have some form of
They took it.
Wait, so...
Okay.
They're giving Freya Fredrin?
They can even go like... oh no, Phoveus is still open.
Oh yeah.
Red for sure, but then where do you go from here?
Matilda?
Oh, that's smart too.
Yeah, we were talking about the roam options, and you got to remember yesterday, this was a really good performance from Blotzfet on the Matilda, that they had in their hands. So this is comfort, but it also just works really well with the Fredrin, just like we saw yesterday.
So now coming in, the Claude is still open if they want to get that priority over. But again, going up against the Fredrin, you already have a Zushin, not enough stretch. So do they want to get the carry to deal with the Fred? It's just unfortunate. If you pick up early, you might get countered later on.
Yeah, I think they also need a mid laner that's relatively independent, right? Because unfortunately for Matilda, depending on what that matchup looks like, it's hard for her to actually help with the push. Not to mention she's good at poking, but that's kind of it.
She's good at assassinating if they can play like me.
Yeah, I mean...
They got the damage. Whoa, the Ruby! We talked about the Ruby yesterday.
Yes,
Ruby. And it comes through.
Ruby is going to be interesting. Because again, we don't know where it's actually going. It can still be played in the roam position. It can be played in the EXP. Ideally more towards the EXP, but we'll see.
Oh man, if it happens to be roam. No, that is so annoying though.
Yeah, but I think it can. Because right now, the change for the passive is that the lower your HP, the more spell them you get. So you kind of want to build a bit more damage. At least one War Axe.
Yeah, at least one War Axe is definitely understandable. And keep in mind that Nats, this is one of his, picks that he had when he was winning the previous MSC as well.
Yep. Not only that, but I'm wondering, do they pick up a Kimmy here for Foot Esports?
I was thinking about that, but I feel like Gord just makes a lot of sense. But you look at the comp on the opposite side, it's like, all right, as long as it wave clears by myself, it should be okay. But they get Freya instead.
Yeah, but the Kimmy is a very good shot because even during the Asian games, that's the most consistent counter towards the Zushin. The Zushin really can't do much.
Yeah, that's why I was almost
especially with
the
nerf on the mana for Zushin. Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, she
Really
needed
hard.
that though. I mean, there was just too much of just.
Agreed.
Here's
No,
my.
I beg to
Here's
differ.
my lantern flare all day, all day.
No,
you have no choice. Get in.
I think that we were already coming to a point in the meta where we figured out ways around it. So I didn't think the nerf was necessary, but I guess it's a quality of life for everybody else.
Yeah, and she's
As
still
a tank
good.
player, as a tank player,
You
I'm
guys
like,
have no rights. Please don't try.
I mean, like, let me just put it this way.